G'day everybody, it's Max and welcome to the premiere episode of InfraSpace TERRA. That's right, we're back in Canyon City. And of course, we're on the mega map of the Giga series. And now, of course, we're doing the TERRA stuff. And of course, the big release last Friday was to, let's do some terraforming, people. Terraforming, you know it. It's time to make this planet green with envy. Show me the monies, you know it. I'm all about that monies. All right. Of course, before we get started with all the things, I know you're all excited to see the map once again with the freaking laser beams. You betcha. Freaking laser beams. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, doing the recent subscriptions, and all the really cool stuff. Wow, you're really pushing all the wrong buttons today, Max. Wow. Try that one. Look at that. There we go. So before we get started, I want to thank all recent subscribers as their names were scrolling at the bottom of the screen, but Stream Elements, thanks for everything, Stream Elements. Sometimes I'm pretty sure you're my worst enemy. And of course, for the live chat and all the things. And of course, for everybody who hangs out later on and all the time zones that you're in. Because, hey, we all live in great parts of the world, and I wish you could all live with me, but the house is very small. Well, it's not very small, but it's not definitely going to hold like a lot of people. Anyway, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. And so, of course, I want to thank you all very much for hanging out as we do the terraforming of InfraSpace. You know it. So, with that, now push this button, Max. Look at you go. Hey, guess what? We're back. That's right. It's Canyon City. You betcha. Let's have a look. In fact, this is all like a lot more than you guys seen since last time. It's Canyon City. You know it. Yes. Let's do the deep pass over in Canyon City. You betcha. So of course, the Giga series was all about us building Canyon City on the new mega map, and that's exactly what we did. We got to try out some new things. Of course, as you can see up there in the distance, we've got the gondolas all working. Oh yeah, you know it. All the things, but look at this. We're going to build even more Canyon City. Yes, as part of the series, we're going to put in some more Canyon City, and at the same time, it is time to turn all this sand into something spectacular. Look at it. Man, this game always impresses me. This game always impresses me so much. It's always so awesome to look at this game. I mean, you know, you look at the backdrop. I mean, the backdrop just looks awesome. You know, I mean, there's a lot of good things going on here, people. What's going on with my Zoom? Why is my Zoom? All right, there's my Zoom. I was gonna say, what's going on with my Zoom? So let's talk about InfraSpace for 2 minutes before we get into doing all the crazies. Of course, InfraSpace is a game where your spaceship ran into a lot of problems. All right, so you were in warp, the spaceship hit some sort of storm, and you ended up around this planet, right? The spaceship was a wreck, life was bad, and of course, anybody that wants to see that can watch my Cube series, and of course, can watch the Giga series, which is what this map is based on. Right? And of course, you then come down to this planet, and of course, what you have to do is you have to settle the planet. Now, people like things. I don't know what it is about people. Average Dad, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. So, of course, people like things. I don't know why they like things, but they do. And and Magnum PI is on the scene. Magnum, what's up, buddy? Magnum, I hope you've been doing good, taking care of the house. I see they've kind of done something with Magnum's eye patch, or his electronic eyepiece. They've now got it set off to the side so you can see his eye now. But anyway, Magnum is still the man. He's watching the cities. He's the sheriff. He's the sheriff of the wild, wild Space West. And, of course, he watches all our cities doing all the city things. And these people like stuff, right? Like oxygen. Breathing, right? I mean, come on. Water. Kind of important, I guess. Survival food. Okay, I'll give them that one, because oxygen and eating is kind of a good deal. But then, of course, they start getting into fancier things. So, of course, the more the city grows up, the more they want stuff. And then, of course, they start getting into computers and parks and culture and VR education and school and all the things. Now, anybody that's watched me before knows that I tend to build my city in basically in in zones. I call them cubes, but basically they're zones. They're little mini cities. And the nice part about that is that InfraSpace has kind of one little gotcha, and that is obviously when you're growing your city, you use those people as workers to embrace and make more stuff for the city. But if anything goes wrong and those workers start to leave, it's a snowball spiral effect, and it can be very devastating. So I have always built my InfraSpace infrastructure on these mini sector cubes, and basically if something happens to a cube, I can cut that cube off and save the rest of the entire overall build of the city. And that of course is the things we do. But cities need generally, you need to get them some food. And of course, they like their entertainment, right? They like their entertainment, their parks. They like education, so they like their schools. But besides that, usually it's a lot easier. You do all that stuff within the city because it makes it nice and easy. Now, I tend to take 3 areas, as you can see here in the distance. We've got 3 areas of manufacturing that I like to do outside of my cube city to make things easier. Okay, so Sector 1, of course, is computers and home appliances. You know it. These are relatively early on tech. This is basically the first tech that your first early cities are going to ask for. They're going to want home appliances, and then they're going to want computers soon after. So I usually do this factory as a 2-for-1. So it uses all the same parts. It's all kind of using the same stuff. So iron, copper, a little aluminum, and of course you can dig up a little sand here at the same time, and it all works good as your first of 3 manufacturing centers. Now, of course, a little later on, they're going to be a little more demanding. This is where the second sector comes in, and sure enough, they will want personalized robots. Gee, I'd like to have a personalized robot, people. I want a personalized robot. But anyway, nevertheless, yes, they will want personalized robots. And sure enough, that's what this sector does. This sector builds them their fancy little robots to do fancy little robot things. And all the wonders that go along with that. But finally, of course, they're going to want all the things. They want all the things, people. I don't know why, but they do. I don't know if it's like they're not happy with their own lives or whatever's going on, but they want VR education. Now, it's called edumatainment, but I call it edumacation because basically it's kind of like VR. It's education, it's entertainment, it's all the things. They want all the things, and it all comes in this big helmet that they wear. And TC is watching over VR for us. TC, of course, is Magnum's friend, and he's watching VR for us. Of course, it's all good. So TC, he's got things under control. Magnum's watching this city, and of course, as part of the Giga series, we actually got these big maps, right? And of course, we've been working on the big maps. This is my infrastructure for supporting all this wonderful tech. This is basically my I would call it my mineral bus, if you want to talk about it that way. So we have 6 lines of material going here. Iron, copper, aluminum. I forget what the purple stuff is. It's iridium ore, right? Okay. We have sulfur, and the 6th line is a spare line, which I have for a little bit of spare stuff. So, of course, we dig up the ore, we stuff it into the factories. The factories make simple things like electronic chips, and then, of course, they make microchips, and then they make even fancier things like nanotubes and neural processors, and the next thing you know, boom, you've got yourself one VR education set. And, of course, the people love you, and then you got to get that into the city. But, of course, that was all in the Giga series. And, of course, we were all very happy with all my nuclear power. But I've been busy offline, people. You know why? Because today it's about Terra. It's about terraforming this planet into something beautiful. You bet. And, of course, as you can see here, this is Science Corner. This is where we do the research of the things. And, of course, we want to get all the things researched. Now, I got a surprise for you people. That's right. I have done all the painful research. You know it. So this section right here, from particle filters, terraforming, drone fertilization, ground acidity, ammonia, and magnetic field generation, of course, is the new section. Now, I think we actually had we've had particle filters since like day one, right? And particle filters is very important because that's how you get your separated oxygen and carbon processors. Before them, you actually have to work with atmospheric processors, and they're very inefficient and very painful. Well, they're not painful, but they're just so inefficient that you have to use so many of them to get a little oxygen out of them. Once you get into particle filters and separated oxygen and carbon, well, then you're off to the races, right? Because then you can put carbon filters on your nanotubes. You can put oxygen in the city. It's all the things. It's right. It's legend, people. It's legend. And so, of course, I offline, because, the game the update came out Friday, right? And, I mean, the schedule was already full. But, of course, you knew I was going to have InfraSpace on the channel. Come on now. I mean, I've been on this game since day one. I was doing the demo. I was there when the atmosphere processors didn't separate the gas and they would jam up, and you had to do all kinds of trickery to make the things. I was all there for it, people. I was there. And of course, I was not going to let you suffer through 5 hours of research. No way. I've done all the research, and I am very excited to now look at these things with you as the red dot is here. I am so excited to look at these things because I have not looked at them. I did the research. I told the research center, this is your job, people. This is your job. You're going to get me this research. And I have been waiting for this live stream today and to get this done. Jacob, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. You know it. So let's now have a look at all the brand new research, which is making me excited. All right, here we go. Boom. All right. Now, the reason the other dots aren't here is because every time you load and unload the game, the dots disappear, which is really a bummer. But anyway, I have not looked at any of these buildings. I literally just got this one finished. The very last research was finished about 40 minutes ago before the live stream started. So I'm very excited now. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. The filtering mesh factory. All right, so I'm assuming this is like some sort of okay. Let's look at it in houses here. Those who use oil or gas furnaces and stuff will have them paper filters, or type of filters that you put on their furnaces. And in this case, this would be the same thing, right? They have to have a filter mesh, right? It's got a filter mesh on there. And of course, sure enough, this is the factory that makes them. That's pretty crazy requirements, but we're going to make it happen. You know it. Well, of course we are. It's a thing we're going to do. People. We're going to make this happen. Okay, so you can see there we require some nanotubes. We need some steel. We need some green science. Wow, that's pretty intense. All right, but we're going to build all that. Oh, yeah, we bet. Advanced filtering mesh technology. Okay, so the first technology wasn't advanced enough. You needed advanced filtering mesh technology, people. You needed even better filtering technology. And I guess that's kind of a thing, I guess. Sure, right? Because you don't want them cheap home filters. You want the really good, expensive filters, right? So this is the case. This, of course, is what's going to get us that. All right, I have no idea what we're doing with this stuff, by the way. I'm just going down the list. Okay, wow, superconducting coil facility. Ooh, sheesh, whoosh. Okay. Something tells me that isn't going to happen on today's show. I'll tell you, that's probably going to happen on episode 2 or 3, right? So, but anyway, nevertheless, I mean, look at this, because it requires the explosion little symbol thing and the purple rod thing and a bunch of Anyway, look at. I wish you could mouse over the stuff so I could see what it is. I want to see what the one thing is. Can I just mouse over it? Oh, darn it. Anyway, nevertheless, it looks very funky. It looks like a super coil. I'll give him that. Okay. Oh, okay. So, dust particle filter. All right. So, this thing produces a dust particle filter. All right. You mean I can just get it for free? I don't have to make this at all? Is that a thing? Dust particle filter. No. No, no. Okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. It's gonna take my fancy mesh, and this must be one of the things you have to do to fancy up the atmosphere. All right, so it's gonna take one of my particle filters and take the dust out of the air. Okay, I see what's gonna happen there. All right, cool, cool. All right, I got you. This is going to be the fertilizer drone hub. So this must be going to grow all my vegetation across the planet. We're all good with that. Okay, production. It's going to grow 10 plants, I guess, or it needs 10 plants, I guess, to maybe do a thing. But I didn't see any plant growth here or anything, so I'm assuming that's a thing that's just going to happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll get to that. The ground acidity regulator, and it requires one of the super filters to do that. All right, well that's okay, because it turns out I actually have. I'm going to be making some super filters. So, gee whiz, and of course these things require them crazy. What is that thing called? Yeah, neural processors. Figures always got to be with the neural processors, don't they? They always got to be with the neural processors. They're so mean to me on the neural processors. It's gonna be an adventurous time, people. Okay, but nevertheless, what do we got? Ammonia extractor and more of the fancy filters. More of them fancy filters. You gotta have more of them fancy filters. And then look at this thing. Boom, the magnetic field generator. I mean, this thing just looks awesome. And I can see it's just as big as that drill over there. And, of course, looks like it's going to be a multi-stage build of things. I'm sure that won't torture me to death. Sure, that's fine. 7,000 concrete, huh? 2,800 steel. You know what? It's really too bad you can't use your steel and concrete in storage, because I have, 487,000 concrete and 465,000 steel. But you can't do this. You can't use your storage stuff. That is one of the few quirks about the game that kind of annoys me at times. Okay, so down here is where I would probably put this big honkin' tower, right? I mean, I don't know how many of these things you need. Hopefully one. Hopefully it only needs one. But I would probably put that down here, because that would make sense, right? I mean, that would make sense to me. Okay, but before we get into all that. We are going to need all the things. And I think we're going to build it here. We'll build it right beside the science facility, I think is where I'm going to build it. We got a fair amount of space in here. And yes, I could try and build it up there on the far end, but I think I'm going to build it closer here to science, because we can kind of borrow some of the material from here eventually, I think, right? Because we got iridium ore coming in here, making the iridium alloy, and of course we know we need alloy here somewhere. But I already have a lot of the highway transportation network already comes here for this stuff, so we're actually in good shape to actually build it in this location. So before you get all excited about this mesh factory, dude, you need stuff. And you need a lot of stuff. Okay, well, all right, what stuff do I need? Well, you're going to need some of them nanotube factories. Okay. Well, that's a thing. All right, so let me do it this way. I'm going to take a quick capture of this. Now, I have some pre-builds. We don't have blueprints in the game, but I do have some pre-builds that I like to do, which are very, very efficient at building this stuff, right? And, of course, I'm just taking a picture of it here now just because it's going to be easier for me to do it this way. And then I'll slide this over to this screen temporarily. There we go, done. All right, so with that, now we can actually, we'll do some nanotube builds. This here, by the way, is a full-size neural processor factory. The nice part about neural processor factories is that they contain nanotube factories within them. And a nanotube factory is self-contained, so you can take this piece out of this piece and just run it separately, which is what we're going to do here. Do you want to do that around here somewhere? I think so. Listen, what are you guys doing with this purple goo? Are we actually putting that on the highway? I don't think we are. I don't think we're putting that on the highway. Listen, you know what? Let's hit the play button for a minute, because this is always, I mean, come on. The highway bus, right? I mean, it's always a lot of fun to watch, right? You betcha. Let's see. I'm just looking to see what traffic is on this thing. There's the aluminum. There's the copper. There's the iron. There's my sulfur. Is the purple goo not on this highway? I think the purple goo I had used specifically just for science. I don't think I ever did put it on the highway bus. So it doesn't look like it. This was of course, at the very end of the Giga series, we did make a couple of industrial robot centers. And that's what this little back road is for. It just allows the industrial robots to go play around. I don't usually use industrial robots because I'm usually so far ahead on population that I don't need the extra jobs of robots to do what my population does. It's a really good early tech if you're short on population, but between the spaceship and just proper building technique, you should never really be short on jobs, right? So really, I mean, this was kind of the industrial robots. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cool to play with, but again, we did do it in the Giga series, and they're hanging out down there. They're fine. They're fine. Yeah, I don't think I actually did put that on the highway. But what I don't understand is I was pretty sure I put it on Highway 5, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I was like, nah, whatever. Yeah, we're getting aluminum from there. Lots of aluminum from there. What do we got going down here? Zip! By the way, anytime you need to get around the map quickly, use your shift key while moving around. You'll automatically zip to that location. Okay, so we got lots of raw resource going on down here by VR. We're gonna fire off some freaking laser beams here in a second, people, because that's something we do. Okay, so we do got more zip. Okay, so we do got the purple being done here. We got purple. All right, so I'm assuming you're attached to the highway, right? Yeah, like I can see. Yeah, you're on Highway 5. I knew you guys were on Highway 5. Look at that. So we do have purple goo on Highway 5. All right, that's cool. All right, I can work with that. Yeah, Highway 5. Yeah, these guys aren't using purple goo. I mean, we just have a highway link to that. All right, that's fine. Yeah, so the only place we're using the purple goo is all the way down here, but I think these guys are getting their own purple goo. All right, so yeah, we do have trucks for that, but we actually have purple goo coming from back here too, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we actually have a bunch of purple goo being mined. More than enough. Like, we're not even running most of these miners. They're full, right? They're just not working, right? Sue, why aren't you been running your miners? Like, you could be emptying this stuff out, you know. Anyway, she's not going to answer me. She never does. I don't know. Sue just has an attitude. Okay, so, yes, nevertheless, so we're going to build this thing here. Okay. You need the nanotubes first, dude. Actually, you don't. You know what you need first? Yeah, you need to make green science first. Yeah, that's a thing. Because nanotubes is self-contained, but green science is not. Now, I have green science here. You know, we do have some green science right here. And yes, we can borrow that, but having its own dedicated, I think having its own dedicated green science is probably going to be important, right? I would think. And we can always slap on some more extra resources if needed. Okay, so science. To make green science, you gotta have blue science. I know that. And blue science is going to be steel. And steel and carbon. All right. So basically, we want to replicate this somewhere. Well, over there is what we're gonna do. And that's yeah. So it's 4 chips, 4 sulfur, and 3 blue science. Okay. So we're gonna need the iron highway, the copper highway. We're gonna need the sulfur highway. Strange. Are we gonna need the aluminum highway? We don't need it for the science. I don't think we need it for these guys either. No, we don't need it for them. We don't need it for these guys, and I know we don't need it for electronics. That's fine. Who else? What else we got going on? Yeah, so we don't need it for any of that, and we don't need it for any of that. Purple goo is purple goo. I mean, I'll bring purple goo in. Let's see. The superconductor field, blah, blah, blah. Let's go over here and talk to these guys for a second. Superconducting field, but yeah, the shoot me stuff, radiation cores. Yeah, that's just a bunch of iridium. Again, that's just purple goo. That's just all purple goo and more nanotubes. Oh, really? You guys and your nanotubes, you're killing me with that stuff. Okay, so, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, listen, whoa. All right, so these things have a range. It's a range of things. Listen, do you guys cover like the entire... So you don't cover my Canyon City perfectly, but if I put 2 of you in, you will? Is that a thing? I mean, I can put it down in the city directly. I guess that's a thing I could do there, and then just work from that. I mean, this is pretty small. It's not like it's not a very big building. You know, so I could probably make that happen. Let's see. Yeah, fertilizer drone hub. Is like, do you guys, so you actually, oh my goodness, really? Yeah, you're going to want me to make fertilizer. Wow. Okay. That's sure. That's fine. Yeah, fertilizer factory. So that means you need sulfur for that, to get 1 fertilizer out of it. Yep, that's a thing, Max. So you're actually going to have to make a bunch of these. We do have the sulfur. I mean, the sulfur highway is up here. That's not a problem. But these are going to, like, this guy's not going to want that around there. This guy's going to want these scattered around wherever we're putting them. So, okay, well, you know what? You're thinking too far ahead, dude. You haven't even got this stuff made. All right, well, that's fine. At least we know what this is. Fertilizer, I got that under control. Ground acidity radar. All right. Kind of the same deal, right? I'm assuming you have to kind of put that in here. It's good thing I left some space between these buildings. Hopefully, I'll be able to squeeze some of this in, hopefully. You know, between some of these areas here. And then we can make things happen. All right, so that's fine. Ammonia extractors. Wow, look at the size of the circle on this thing. Holy smokes, that's a really big circle. Okay. And what do you need? Well, you need 2 of them things. All right. Well, this thing is massive, so it definitely has coverage. This thing has, well, it has more than enough coverage to get into the canyon. The fertilizer drone hub doesn't, and the dust particle filter doesn't. And okay, so these are the factories that we're going to need to make the stuff and the things. So as this stuff and things work, and then hopefully this thing is just, I guess you just build this and then everything's supposed to be good in the world. All right, so okay, cool. Do you want to build this first while we do that? Probably should. Are you gonna, like, the concrete and steel's over here though? What are you gonna do about that? Well, I guess that means I gotta make a highway across this, doesn't it? Yup, sure is. Boy, you're really figuring that out fast today, Max. Okay, sure. Listen, don't you dare tease me. I'm not. Don't be mean. Okay, so we have all our steel factories over here. Listen, guys. You guys are about to do some really hard work here, people. So let's get ready to ramp up. We got to bring a bunch of concrete back online, and we got to put a bridge over this temporarily, anyway. So now this is ugly. This will be ugly. Let's not kid ourselves, people. This will not be pretty. So it's only temporary. That's the best part about it. Temporary is a wonderful thing. Okay. So let's get this all the way. Come on, dude. Do I have to click it all the way up? Can't you do this like normally? Yeah, like you. Okay, there we go. All good. Okay, we're gonna drag it right up to there. Okay, sure. Is that where you want that, Max? Well, the game's really upset with you at the moment, but yes, this is where I want it. It's just I gotta fix it. Okay, yep, that didn't quite work out right, did it? No. Well, okay, that's fine. It wasn't going to work out right. Oh, thanks for the ghosting. I see that's still there. Okay, listen, do it this way, dude. You know this is how you're going to have to do this, right? It's the way you do it every time. Okay, Yeah, give me this. Okay, this is the lane here. Okay, is that where you want that? It'd be nice if I could have it right here. Yeah, but I think you're off by one on that one. Yep, you're off by one. There we go. There we go. So, do that. That looks terrible. I don't like that already. I really wish it would stop doing that ghost line. It just doesn't automatically do that anymore. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's put this down. We're going to get this all over here, right? Right up to here. Okay, and then I'm going to have you come up to here like this. Okay. Really? You're going to give me that hard of a time, are you, game? Well, of course you are, because one, I can't draw a straight line anymore, it appears. And two, really? And I see, game, you're still doing that. Stop that. That must be the new bug of the week. Okay, but that's fine. I'll work with it. We're going to make this happen, people. We're going to make this happen. It just doesn't know it yet. Okay. Yes. Now, I need to reverse direction. Yep. Reverse road. All the things. There we go. Now, are you going to behave and hook on there properly, or are you going to give me a hard time? There we go. That's exactly what we want. All right. Well, we got our concrete over here. We got our steel over here. Where are we going with it? Well, we're going to build a small bridge here temporarily. And then we're going to do that. We'll come up beside these guys because... Really, Max? Really? You just had to do that, right? Come on now. There we go. Let's get this straightened out, people. Let's get this straightened out. All right, here we go. Turn it. Turn it. Now... I think I actually like to build it like right here, right over here, I guess. Somewhere's in this corner. I'd like to build it kind of right here. I think it should be fine. It's somewhat close to science, so when we need certain components for it, because you know it's going to be like the drill. When you build the drill, you're going to build like 5 rounds of this thing, right? So... let's get this thing started. I mean, it's got a pretty fancy looking base. Which way does it go? Do you have like a front door? Do you have anything like in particular here? Like, I don't want to put this thing down once. No. You know what? I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with this. All right. Well, you know what? There's a way to figure this out. Listen, put a road down. That's probably the thing you should have done first, Max. You should have put the road down, and then it would have figured it out for you. What? That would have made too much sense. Silly talk. Put a road down. Okay, look at that. See, it figured it out. There's the road. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. All right. Well, good guess then. That's all that was. Listen, don't tease yourself on whether or not it was a good idea or not. Just because you got the guess right doesn't mean you beat yourself up for it. It was a good guess. Take pride in that. Sometimes the world is all about guessing. And let me tell you, I do a lot of guessing on a daily basis. So it's perfectly fine. All right, there we go. Let's bring this down a little bit, and we'll hook you into there. Okay, done. Let's get that concrete up and running. Okay, guys, listen. I know everybody's been kind of just sitting over here for like the last forever and not doing anything because I've had like way too much concrete and had to spend a whole bunch of it. But it's time to go to work, people. It's time to go to work. Here, have some free concrete factories. That's right. We're ramping up production today, people. It's production time. We need the concrete. Yeah. In fact, it's about 7,000 of it I need, I think. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, listen. I suppose you guys are going to need some more of those. Listen, do you want to move that one down for a second? I don't know why I was being so frilly with these things. I mean, it's a nice pattern and all, but really it doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Yeah, move this stuff around, guys. Yeah. Whoa! Like, did you see the freak out on that guy? He was like, he's like, he was all freaked out. That was good. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, people. Hey, that's what we do here on the Cool Channel. We get machines to freak out like that. He was pretty awesome. He was pretty awesome. All right, there we go. Oh, my bad, guys. Listen, I'll fix that in a second. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of drilling action going on here. There we go. Boy, I love it. I love the pickup. I love doing the pickup with these guys. Oh, man, that is so awesome. Will you do it? No, you won't. You won't do the freak out dance. Will you do the freak out dance? Oh no. Oh darn it! Come on, you guys got to do the freak out dance for me. I like it. I like it. Listen, we got to clean this up. It's time for freaking laser beam show. Oh yeah. Where is the freaking laser beams? Well, you've got like 9 of them, Max. Where'd you put them? Well, I can't really remember. Listen, maybe if you put like one over here by your, like, put one over here. Okay. You know, I keep dropping these things all the time, right? So I keep dropping them like they're candy or something. Listen, yeah, laser beam. Hello, how are you? Good. Listen, I gotta go shoot some stuff. Yeah, come here. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff in the way of my sulfur. So if you'd be so kind as to pew pew this, pew pew, boom, there we go. That's right. Let's get on with the freaking laser beam show. Yeah, pew pew. All this stuff gotta go. It's a home sale. All right, there we go. Done. Yeah, clean this up for me, would you? Okay. While she's taking care of that, let's now head on over to steel. Yep. This is looking pretty shoddy, I will admit. But I mean, you know, like I haven't... Again, I love it. I love the freakiness. Yeah. This is making me like 43% more happy. 43% more happiness today. There's just so much happiness in this now. I mean, you know, there's just... Oh, yeah. Yep. Happiness scale is way up there today. I am so happy. Yep, there you go. I know, dude, you've been cut off. But guess what? I got laser beams. I know. I got laser beams. We're gonna blast some rock away. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Zip. Let's go over here to the drill. Excuse me. How you doing with that stuff? All right, good. I'm glad you're having a good time shooting over there. Listen, I'm gonna line some stuff up over here too. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't mind getting rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, look at the sulfur we're wasting here, people. We can have all this sulfur. All right, yeah, shoot all that, would you? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah. Okay. I don't need you on the screen anymore. Thank you. So we got all kinds of sulfur going on here. This is I'm gonna put a little bit of upgrading into this once we get some drills and things out of the way. Oh, wrong. That's the R key, Max. That's not the rotate key. I know R doesn't stand for rotate in this case. Who knew? Well, anyway, nevertheless, that's fine. Let's stretch this road out a little bit. We'll move our water back. Now, why am I bringing this steel on? I mean, this steel doesn't really need to come online. I've got a full steel factory just over the horizon there a little bit. I'm literally just adding extra capacity for the reason of adding capacity, right? And why not? I mean, this is what the game's all about. You've come here to be entertained. You've come to be entertained, people. So I'm doing the entertainment portion of the program. That's what we do. Yeah, that's a thing. So, are you going to stick that on a road? Yes. What road are we sticking it on? Because you took the other road out a long time ago. I did too, didn't I? Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Okay. Well, listen, we'll stick it on this road. I mean, there's a lot, you know, because we'll make it look good, right? Is that a good idea, Max? Well, I don't know if it's a good idea, but we'll make the highway look like it's being used. I mean, this highway's only ever had one purpose, and that is to handle this sulfur, right? So let's make it multi-purposed. Like one, we could send a bunch of that sulfur down here, and it would have a party. Yes, it would. In fact, you should make a little highway exit here. And then drag that sulfur down here, so you can use even more sulfur. These guys are going to love you. There we go. Done. Okay. So let's just double check this to make sure we don't mess this up. Yeah. Like, listen, guys. It's just a little highway exit. Don't lose your minds over sulfur. This sulfur, by the way, is going down there into Canyon City to all the farms, right? Because that all that fertilizer that we're gonna have to make later is being used in the city at the moment. But we'll have to get to that soon enough. And then, of course, I will fix up that miner as soon as it blows away all these rocks. That'll be fine. Listen, by the looks of that guy, he's a little upset with you because you didn't give him enough water in his life. Well, he's fussy, isn't he? Well, listen, he can have a little more water. Oh, they've added these new sound effects, by the way, in this update. So, like, when you play certain buildings, it's got certain sound effects to go with it, like the water sound effect. Yeah. It's all good. All right, so there. Listen. Wow. You guys are really losing your minds. What are you guys doing? Listen, where are you going with all this steel? Where are you going with all this steel, dude? Oh, I figured that's what you were going to do. Listen, look. You knew you couldn't do that, right? Yes. All right, fine. Now, this is where road control is very, very important. Listen, guys, just stop doing that. Yeah, everybody cancel that. Road control is very important here. So obviously, we have to be careful where we hook certain things up because obviously we don't want certain buildings to see other buildings. Yes, you could use districts to control the flow of traffic, but it's a lot easier when you do it by road. So in this case, I don't want this steel being used by anything else except for that guy. And that guy needs to go down to that highway. So let's make that happen. And in fact, we're going to take this steel here as well and make that happen. All right, so here we're going to take this steel. We're going to take that steel and make that happen. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. Yeah, don't use the very expensive road, Max. You don't need the very expensive road, just the somewhat expensive road. And yes, unfortunately, this does mean you're going to have to spend money on the extra expensive road, but it is what it is. At least they're going to get free sulfur, right? I mean, that's a thing. Okay, so we'll stop here, and then do you want to go just shooting on down that way? I think so. Yep, I like that idea. All right, so you're going to need a bridge here. Yep, do that, do that, do this, and do that. Okay, wow, that's quite the steep incline, isn't it? Come on, guys. Do we have to have such a steep incline? Yeah, do this. There we go. At least it looks a little better, right? I mean that hill was nasty. All right, there we go. All right, let's get this down here. All right, up for two. Up and over Mr. Concrete here because we don't want to interfere with his work. We're going to take Mr. Concrete and put him on this road here shortly, but not yet. Yeah, come back down here, dude. Do that, and do this. All right, so now this is where we want 2 lanes to become 3 lanes. Boom, boom. Sure. Go all the way down there. Look at all that. Boy, you're spending money now, Max. That's 8,000 concrete for this road. You betcha. All right. Hey, this is all about spending them bucks. Sure. I mean, come on. I've got hundreds of thousands of concrete of road laid out around here. You're going to worry about 8,000 of it? No. Of course not. Do that. No, give me this. There we go. All right, do that. Boom. All right, so that is going to get us... Oh, yeah, it's very upset with me. Yeah, it's okay, game. I know. I hooked the road onto a big road. Okay, there we go. So, concrete, good to go. Steel, good to go. Other steel, also good to go. Do you want to make more concrete? We're probably okay. You can't get up this way. You can't get down that way. All right, let's rock and roll this sucker. All right. Listen, guys. Guess what? It's concrete time. I need you to go over there, deliver all your concrete across the river to do the thing. Yeah, see, like them two guys. See, them two guys know what they're doing. Why don't you, like, what are you doing? Dude, start shipping them trucks out. Listen, look. If I look at this guy, see this guy? He is going for a drive. He's going all the way over here. Yeah, to that thing, right? Listen, he needs, like, a lot of concrete. So just get to work on that. All right, guys? All right. So we know we've now got stage 1 of that thing hooked up. Let's build us. I guess it's got to be the science first. You got to have the science, Max. It's got to be the science before the stuff and the things. All right. Very good. Are you going to try and move this road over just to kind of make life a little easier for yourself? Does it benefit me any? Not really. I mean, you know, I think it's all right. All right. We'll squeeze it in. Here we go. So, do you want to take it right off the main bus highway? Well, I guess we can. It's not going to hurt it. It's just it really comes down to, like, just how big do we want this? Maybe I should take a picture of this and then just duplicate it times 3, maybe something like that. We'll do an alt print screen there. And then if I do a thing and a thing here, do a thing like that, do this, boom, there you go. Let's make a thing. No, I know. Yes, I know. You're the laser lady. You're the laser lady, and you run the drill. But you're not helping me in this project. No, this project is all me. All right, let's rock and roll then. Go to this. Let's do. Well, carbon is carbon. You just make that wherever you want, Max. Sure. All right. You should probably do that 2 lines lower just to give yourself a little back room. Just in case. All right. Yep, works for me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the road on this so I can go underneath it, underneath the bridge, and then not worry about all this. How's Laser Lady doing? All right, yeah, she's blasting away over there. All right, cool. You just keep blasting away. You pew in. You betcha. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're going to put in. Oh, I see the double bug is still here. This is fine. Okay. Do all the things. There we go. Listen, do you want to put like a road in between this? Is that a thing you should probably do, right? Yeah. What do you want to do? Every 6? All right. Let's do it that way. Yeah. Get rid of the double bug. There you go. Yep. Do. All right. Boy, it's a good thing you got like, almost 500,000 stuff because you're really going to spend a lot of it today, aren't you, Max? Maybe. Really, Max? Holy smokes! Not 1 but 2 misclick. Holy smokes! So there's 6. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I see this is going to get in the way already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to do it? All right. Well, let's do it this way. We'll swing you around to this side. Yep, all the things. This will allow you an opportunity to fix this mess. Okay, there you go. Done. Can you take the double out of there? Sure. Yep. Put him there. There. See, he's got a mission in life. Okay. There we go. Oh, nice misclick again, Max. All right. Well, you are trying to run the game at high speed on a giga map with a a made city, a giga city, and you have the mega bus losing its mind of all the things. Well, that's true, but you know, I always like a challenge. Okay, so so we need you to do the thing. Oh, thanks, rotate key. That's not the rotate key again. I really appreciate it. There we go. That works for me. Let's see. You probably should put the road in first, Max, because it's going to get messy if you don't. Okay. Come up to here. Yeah, come on, dude. I know, there's 3 buildings on that whole road. That really confused you. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he can leave. Next. Boom. Let's get some green chips being made. Okay, well, the double click bug actually worked for me for once. Why is that one look weird? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, because it's only got 5. I was gonna say, why is this off by 1? And why do I like really hate myself now? Well, it's because, well, don't hate yourself, Max. It's just off because, duh. You know, you got to you got to put one more in. So here we go, and click this, click that, click these, click those. There we go. All the things. Okay. Yep. Let's keep going down here. Boy, are we ever going to need a lot of copper and iron. I'll tell you right now. Maybe you should be hooking this stuff up to... Let's actually hook this stuff up. Because, one, you didn't put any power into this, dude. Like, were you not thinking today at all? Listen, that's just mean of you. It's not like I wasn't thinking. Gee whiz. Look, see? Power. Are you happy? Holy smokes. Alright, so... take this. Do that. Do that. Boop. Take this. I was gonna say, why is that broken like that? You know what? You should have put that there. Oh, I didn't realize the power poles now make a sound. Oh, they got their own little sound. It's like a little click sound. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. All right. Cool. So now that's going to take care of that. Let's actually hook these guys onto the highway. These guys are going to need a lot of work. So I'm actually a little worried about hooking this whole section up. I figure at some point in time it's going to get real messy in here. So do you want to... Yeah, okay. Listen. Do that. And then let's come over here and do this. Let's put you down here. And we'll then put you down here like this. Okay, all the things. And done. Alright, that will at least let them guys start filling up. This is going to make a lot of, like, raw resources start losing their minds all of a sudden, so at least these guys will just start filling up. Alright, okay. Let's get the next row in. Do you want to leave a space? I kind of like leaving the space there that time. That actually worked out really nice for us. What kind of coverage are we getting? Okay, so it's going to be real kind of... Alright, well, no, this will... it's kind of iffy right there, isn't it? Darn it. I really wish it wasn't. But if you bring the road one closer, you won't have that problem, Max. Well, that's true. Alright, we'll do it for efficiency, though I wish I could have kept the thing. Okay, that's fine. Boom. There we go. And we'll throw in some green chips. This is what you call mass production, people. Mass production. I mean, we're not just going to terraform a little square. No, no. I want to terraform almost the entire thing. Yeah, that's a thing. And to terraform a whole thing means you got to have more than like 5 chip factories. That's right. You know, you got to have all the chip factories. And you got to stop misclicking it, Max, because it makes a mess. Okay, there we go. So you can delete that one. Delete that one. and put the extra one back in. Okay, I won't hook up this second row until the first row is done, because the first row, this row is going to be losing its mind, right? Yeah, so like these trucks are just starting to arrive. I'm assuming that the bus highway here is probably going to start sending a lot of iron down this way, and I would expect that it's going to get messy, because anytime you start sending a lot of traffic down big requests like that, usually requires a lot of headache. Listen, don't do that, dude. Do this. I'd rather you do that. There we go. What do you got going on here? Is it... Yeah, don't do that. I really hate it when they do stuff like that. Same with you guys. Come on, guys. And listen, take the first road. Just because I'm using double lanes here doesn't mean you guys can't use the first road. There we go. Do something like that, guys. All right, there we go. And yeah, this is where it's going to get ugly. Because, of course, they all got to get into this one road, right? You knew that was going to happen. Yeah, you could make that double lane road, but whatever. They'll have time to load up. All right, so next thing we need on the list is blue science. Yes, it is. This must be time for where you're going to put in your next factory. Yes. Okay. Well, you gonna click it down there, Max, or what? All right. Yeah. What are you gonna do about this thing? He's fine. He's not causing me any problems. Well, he's not yet. That's true. He is probably gonna cause a little interference here shortly, isn't he? Okay. Well, listen. We'll just do it this way. Yep, do it like that. And science it is. Science. He blinded me with science. Science it is. Okay. Yep. Blah, 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 blah. All the things. Listen, dude. You're really having a great time here. But you do got to leave space now for your next thing. Yeah, right about there somewhere. Excellent. Okay. Do that, do this, and boom. Recycling centers, people. Best thing since sliced cheese. All right. Here we go. Next line. Next line. So, these guys are pretty simple. I mean, they're just raw ore and carbon. You know, carbon, this stuff here that I'm storing away at like a crazy amount. How many do we got there? 6s are 36. You've got 36, which means you can have 36 of these labs. You got 6, 12. Well, that would have been 24, but it's actually only 23. You're only at 20 now, so you still need 16. Okay, so do that. 16. That's a really bad number. Can I get a couple more gas in there somewhere? That's a terrible number. Well, I mean, there's not much you can do about that number, Max. Listen, you can do that number all you want, but you haven't got the microchips for that number. Listen, yeah, you need 4 microchips for this factory, and you need 3 blue science. So you can be all groovy about that, but you need a lot more microchips. Okay, I agree. Yeah, you need a lot more microchips if you're going to run this kind of size factory. Now, I don't know if I need this kind of size factory, but we're going to run this kind of size factory. Listen, that means you need, you're going to run a row, and you need a third row. All right. Wow, I didn't realize I was going to do this much factories. This much. It's a good thing I got the population to support this, right? I hope. Well, I mean, I do have a couple of robot factories I got kicking around. May have to dig into those. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, Max. Okay. All right. You know what you also got to do? Yeah, I know. I got to put those guys in. And I haven't done it yet. I know. I'm getting to it. Just give me a second. Okay. You didn't even leave the space this time for that, dude. Holy smokes, you're really not focused here. Well, I'm very focused putting down a lot of stuff, and the autosave is causing me some grief. All right. Get rid of the extra, get rid of the extra, get rid of the extra. Boom, boom, all the things there. Put this in here. Okay, actually, the spacing on that actually probably works out a little better for me. There we go. And next row. Let's do it. Man, this is going to be expensive. All right. How you guys doing, by the way? There's a lot of traffic on this road. Told you. I told you there would be... What? There's only a few cars. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong here. You know, there's a little traffic. You know, but it's the mega bus. The mega bus always has mega traffic on it every once in a while. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. You know, you could double lane this road and save yourself a lot of headache here, right? Well, that's true. Why did he drive all the way down to the end and turn around? Look, this guy did the same thing. He was like, nah, I don't want to go down to this factory. I'm going to go back here. Okay, whatever. Listen, maybe you should upgrade these roads. All right, well, let's do that. And you know this is going to take forever, right? Because, yeah, hit the pause button for a second, because if not, like, this will take like 5 minutes per click. I know this is going to be very painful, but let's just do it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, game. I believe in you. There we go. All right, come on. Yeah, there's a click. Come on. Yeah, we're going to upgrade all these before we connect them in. So the reason this is slow is because these roads are connected, right? Which means every time I do this, it has to take the impact of all other connected roads to see if this is a problem, right? If what I'm doing is causing a big issue with the world in general, right? Now, of course, the other problem here is the amount of buildings you connect to a road. So, of course, it has to measure up against all them buildings. So that's a bad thing, right? It's just bad. Anyway, this is why I try to put all the road network in before I do the buildings, because road upgrades afterwards is always painful. It's just a little slow. It's a thing. It's a thing that you learn as part of playing the game. All right, there we go. Come on. Yeah, do it. Yep, do it. And then I'm gonna fix up that road up there so he can get both of them cars in here at the same time. Come on. Yeah, come on, put it down. Put it down. Look, you know what? Let's just blow this one away. It's going to be so much easier to do it this way, dude. So much easier. There, do that. Do this and do this. There you go. Come on, I know you can calculate it. Yep, I know. I know it's really painful. There you go. Good job. Okay. Why'd you go that far, Max? I don't know. It's where I clicked. Okay, so let's fix up this road so they know they can get in here, right? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys know that. Listen, now do that, right? Because I gotta get the rest of this connected, guys. And your guys' little slow and go show here is making me tired. There we go. Oh, no fancy crisscrossing. Yeah, everybody's allowed to come through, guys. Just come. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, thank you. All right, yeah, everybody can. Yeah, see, look at that. That's how that's supposed to work. Am I gonna lose the power here? That could be a thing. Let me go look at my UPS for a second. Okay, no, I'm back. So I am in the middle of a major storm here. All my systems are on UPS, but of course the UPS system only lasts about 15 minutes, right? So if we do lose power, we may have to end the stream slightly early. Now, I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, obviously the UPS system is here, and if it loses power for a few seconds, it takes over and does the things, which is fine. That's what it's supposed to do. But obviously, if the power stays off for like more than a couple minutes, you know, we'll have to pick it back up. It's what it is, people. Snowstorm days, they're crazy. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, we're putting in a bunch of chip factories because somebody thought it was a great idea to do 36 labs. Well, I don't know if I'd call it a great idea, but it is what I'm doing. Okay, so that would be 36 labs. That's going to allow for 36 green labs, right? Right. No, you didn't need that many. This is going to get 36 labs, but I think I'm going to double that. No, I'm going to what? Yeah. I think I'm going to add more. I left space, right? I think I may have to move my power line, but I've left some space. I may have to move this to the right too. Yeah, I think we're going to add another whole row of these guys. We'll do like 72, right? Sure. Okay. What's it take to get 36 of these guys? Well, it takes way more than what you got. It takes way more than what you got. All right, wait a minute. What do I got here? I've got let's just call them 12, right? I'll worry 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'll subtract 10 off the end. So that's 12, 24, 36, 72, 108. And then another 36 would be 108 and 36 is 144. And then let's see, 144, 154, 156, 146. Oh wow, now I gotta take out Mr. Calculator, and I gotta go 146 divided by 4. That gives me 36 and a half labs. Perfect. Wow, that's actually really good, Max. That's actually really awesome. Okay, so if I want, 36, that actually worked out to be 36 labs. I can't believe that. All right, the sulfur's easy. It's just around the map. I just got to dig it up. So that's 3 blue science packs, dude. So, all right, so that's what, 90, listen, you just did math once. 36 times 3. No, 36 times 3. 108 is it? All right. Sure. 108 blue labs. What's that going to be divided by 12? Just so as I can like kind of do some sort of 9. 369. Really? All right. I'm actually good for this. I'm actually all right with this this number. All right, cool. So I can't believe this poor guy over here. He's running over here with his little fan. He's such a hero. Look at this hero. I mean, come on. This guy's doing all the work, right? Power 3. Is he not even like getting even used anymore? Is that the problem? Listen, what are you doing over here, dude? Yeah, you're generating like 23 megawatts. These guys are using 20 of that megawatt. Yeah, like the required is 0. Like, where are you getting your power from, dude? Oh, are you getting it from this guy? Maybe he's getting it from that guy now. All right. Well, listen, dude. You know what? For historical context, dude, I'm going to leave you spinning there just because you're cool. All right. You the man. You just keep doing that. All right. So, 12. 3, 6, 9. Is it 12, right? It was 12. No, it's 9. 3, 6, 9. All right. Well, that's cool. So, you got to come underneath this thing. So let's come down to it one more. Yeah, that'll make it an even 4 spot. Yeah, but there's never such a thing as even 4, so let's go for 5. In case you want to change the design later on. That's going to go right to there. And then, yep, right to there. Listen, we got to shoot. We got to plant to shoot. Yep. What's going on over here? Are you building a thing over here? What are you doing? Oh, wow. So what do you want now? You want 2,000 electronics. Really? Wow. All right. Listen, guys. I mean, I do have a mega factory that I'm building up there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. We got the power back again. All right. I totally lost. I totally lost my secondary computer. I didn't have the secondary computer on my on the UPS. So it is what it is. I will hope that things are still working out there somewhere. All right. But the main computer, of course, is on the UPS. That's why I know things are still working. Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, you can use these electronics. They're fine. Gregory, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. What's all this today? This is InfraSpace, my friend. And as soon as I hook up these green chips, I will explain it to you. So as soon as I figure out how to get these green chips hooked up. Well, I mean, it's not hard to hook them up. I just need to take a highway here for a second. Yep, let's go. Okay, well, that was a short highway stint. Listen, you got to come down this way. Oh, really? Look, just make it one more then. Thank you. Do. All right. There is the factory. And there you go. Done. I know. There we go. All right. All right. That's going to take that. That'll allow it to start getting chips in. It should anyway. Because it's working on the concrete. It's working on the steel. Which, of course, is going to take a while. Of course. 10,000 and 4,000, huh? Like I said, I really wish I could just shove that out of my storage. Because I got 400,000 of it. But whatever. Now, the one thing about this, what I've just done, is these steel factories are now going to see that. And they're going to, like, lose their minds, right? You know what? I probably should do this. Listen, guys. Let's do this like that. And then do this little maneuver right here. I really wish this tool was square. Why is, like, everything else is square? Why can't we have a square district tool? That's always driven me crazy. Listen, steel. Yes, that's exactly what I want you to do, guys. Don't you dare ship your steel anywhere else. That's a thing. Okay. Mose, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. Yes, it's more InfraSpace, big guy. We're back on the Giga map to do TERRA. You know it. We are going to make all the things in TERRA. Okay, so now the 2-minute review for Greg. This is InfraSpace. InfraSpace is, we were flying through space. We're a colony spaceship, and we hit a huge mega storm, and the spaceship was a total disaster. It's all fixed now, of course, as you can see here. So it was all blown up into bits, and we ended up at this planet, and basically we decided, okay, we have to colonize the planet to get resources so we can fix the spaceship. And that's what we've done, okay? And of course, like most factory/city building games, and that's kind of what it is. It's kind of a mix between, I won't say a full-size Factorio, but it's kind of like Factorio Light and City Skylines Light is probably the way I would put it. So it's got the elements of Factorio, but in a light sense. It's not real heavy, intensive, or anything like that. And it's got City Skylines pieces, but again, nothing real intense. And basically what you got to do is you got to build yourself a city, get the population, convince the population to live in your new city, and then use that population to then make more and more things, repair your spaceship. Meanwhile, of course, people don't like just living on a rock, right? They want all the good stuff, right? They want fancy meals, they want computers, they want home robots, they want VR education, all the things, right? So, of course, the more people we convince to move down, right? Of course, we built manufacturing for all that wonderful toys while we were fixing Mr. Spaceship. Well, now that we've got all these people down here and we fixed the spaceship, They have just released the new terraforming update. And of course, the terraforming update allows us to now terraform this big wasteland planet, which is really cool, by the way. I mean, this planet is awesome. I will say. It's autosave. Autosave kicks in. Of course, all the things. But now what we want to do, of course, is we want to now terraform this big desert wasteland into something more awesome, right? Because that's what we're going to do. And to do that, of course, we need to make more factories. So that's what we're doing. Now, I will give you the slight base tour as soon as I'm done pew-pewing some of this rock. Because freaking laser beams are awesome. Pew, boom. So we repaired the big laser beam on the spaceship. And anytime there's a rock or something in my way, I just blast it out of space. I blast it from the spaceship. It's awesome, I must admit. Freaking laser beams. Best thing since sliced cheese. Yeah. If you want to get rid of a rock, you just blast the rock and away it goes. It's all good in the neighborhood. And now what we're doing is we're actually getting ready to do the terraforming. So this is the new section for terraforming. And of course, we need to build all these crazy little factories to then do these bigger factories to then make this thing and this thing. And maybe this thing. And we're going to make it all green and pretty down here, is what we're going to do. So in this case, I am in the middle of building the big mega magnetic field generator, which is way expensive, but no surprise there. We're not doing any more science at the moment. So these electronics here are perfectly fine. Guys, ship this stuff out. I don't know why the game does that all the time. It's like, you just ship it out, dude. Just ship it out. These guys will handle it. They can take it. They can take your requirement. Or are they just really slow at driving in there? Is that a thing? Like, come on, guys, pick up the pace. Drive in there. Get this thing built. Do all the things. There you go. How you doing over here? Good. Are you blasting my rock away? Boom. There. You gotta like it when the explosion time. It's like boom. All right. There we go. Science. We're doing some. So this is kind of like Factorio, where there's four. It has some science colors, right? So we got some blue, some green, some yellow, and some red science. But it's not super heavy intensive. I mean, yes, red science is crazy to make, and yellow science is not much more fun to make. But I mean, it's kind of like any other factory game. You got to have certain factories to do certain things, and then, of course, they can make things happen. And this, of course, is my science corner to do that. That's all my nuclear power. And actually, it's neutron nuclear power. Oh, yeah, neutron power, baby. Yes, we don't mess around here. We make all the power, all the spinning power. Okay, let's get this science done. So 36. So I needed 90 something. What's the number? 108. You need 108. All right. Well, I need 108 after I put in more of these because that's a thing. Okay. Where are you going to put those in at? Well, you definitely need like 3 here. Sure. I mean, you convinced me. Well, all right, so now let's set up the science so as you know where you're putting this stuff. All right, so we're going to put some blue science in here first because to make, basically each lower level, each higher science you put in needs the previous tier science to make it. So to make green science, we actually need blue science as part of the build. For example, do I have my green science building? Nope. All right, put that back down. So to make green science, you need some blue science. I need 3 blue science packs to actually make 1 green science, which is really a bummer, but it is what it is. I'm going to make. so we got to make blue science, which is actually really simple. It's just carbon and raw ore. It's a very basic science, but we do need to make it to get the green science. So that's the thing that's going to happen. I think you can afford to put down a thing. Yes, I think we'll do that here shortly. All right. Now, do you want to put this road in here, Max? All right. Because these guys are going to lose their minds here shortly. And you've got to get this filled up. So Okay, there we go. Sure, 2 more rows. It's perfectly fine. Let's get the power in here for this. All right. Do you want to put that power plant right in here somewhere? You know what? I think we tuck it right in there. And the reason I say that is because we got enough green chips being made here to do 36.5, right? So I can afford to actually lose a couple of them factories, and it's perfectly fine. Yes, I know. I forgot to hook up the power, blah, 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 all the things. Look, just relax, would you? We're going to do it right up the road here. There, you happy now? Right? You're happy? Yes. Thank you. All right. Let's do some more blue science, because I need 108 of these things. Yeah, 108. It's perfectly fine. You know, it's just a count in the park. No problems. So, material auto-pass to where it's needed? Yes, it does. In fact, as soon as I get these 108 down, we will have a look at my highway bus of all the things. You betcha. So, raw resources. I think there's 5. There's iron, copper, aluminum, sulfur, and uridium. Uridium is a purple goo. I call it the purple goo. But anyway, we'll get the purple goo out here in a second, and we'll have a look at that. And I've put them all onto the highway bus. And then, of course, once I do that, I just take from the bus what I need. Now, InfraSpace is all about trucks. Yes, it does have trains, but trains don't work very well, I will say. And yes, it is still in early access, so of course, you know, you're going to have, you know, they've been working on trains, and yes, they have trains in the game, and actually they have very fancy trains in the game, but when you're building mega cities, trains just don't seem to work as good as the road network. And if you're actually really good with your road network, it actually isn't a problem. So we'll have a look at road network here in a second. I think I'm going to need another factory there in a second, though. Let's click that. So there's my 108 factories. So this here is my road bus. Oh yeah. As you can see there, we've got lots of iron. You got the blue cars. The blue cars on the far left are the iron. Obviously, the red trucks are the copper. The white trucks are the aluminum. We don't have any sulfur. There's no sulfur or uridium driving on here at the moment. But that's okay. No big deal. And, oh, there's a little sulfur coming now. There's a few sulfur trucks that were driving up there. And then, of course, this top highway I actually have as a spare. I actually don't use that top highway. So basically, we're using the 5 ingredients. And, of course, then I just pull off the highway when I need it, right? So let's go down here to the computer factories. Boom. Yes, all the way down here. Boom. Here we go. So let's say I want to make some home appliances and computers, right? So home appliances require microchips and iron ore. So to make microchips, of course, I need copper and iron ore. So here is my bus factory. And as you can see, we have lots of vehicles coming down here. I just pull off the bus factory what I want. And then, of course, I can make the microchips, which then feed into the home appliances. And then those home appliances then come out here, as you can see by these little cars. These little purple and red cars. The red trucks are the home appliances. The purple trucks are computers. And then those go down this highway. Zip. Right down here. And then you drive on this highway bus. So this bus is the finished bus, and as you can see here, we have lots of cars moving down here. Mr. O, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhoods. And then, of course, these guys all turn into one of these things. And then, of course, the gondolas then take a small trip down the hill, zip, like so, and then get dropped off in the city, like so. It's awesome. And then that's the whole production chain of that particular instance. Let's have a look at a building here. We've got 3, 6, 9, 11 different things that you need for a building to be its highest tier level. As you can see here, to get a level 6, that's Magnum, by the way, Magnum PI. right? I don't know if you're old enough for that, but well, I think I think you know who Magnum PI is. TC's here too, by the way. TC runs my factories up there. Magnum PI, of course, he runs the cities. He's the sheriff of the Space West, and he runs the cities. And when you have the highest tier buildings, they require 11 things. So we got Magnum taking care of the things for the cities. And, of course, we have factories making the stuff for the city and the spaceship. But now we're going to terraform this sucker with a whole new set of factories because that's the thing I do. And, yes, as you can see here, we have lots of traffic coming in here. Of course, that's going to be intense. So you did bring on 2 more of those. Listen, is that a mess? Yeah, it's a mess. Why is that still a mess? Why did it mess that up? I guess that's a thing. That's a bit of a bummer. Well, listen, they don't want a whole lot of stuff right now, so let's just do it that way. We'll leave this one like, you know what? I'm gonna let these guys go through. This is not a good idea. Having a double crisscross like that is probably going to be messy, but we'll see what happens. Why'd you put the city in a trench? Because that's the name. It's Canyon City. It's Canyon City. I remember Magnum and even his crossover with Jessica Fletcher. Oh, man, the crossover. Oh, yeah, those were the days. Good times, you know. Tom Selleck, right? I mean, you know, the mustache alone. No, don't get me wrong. He still has the mustache and all the things, but I mean, in Magnum, it suited him. It just suited him. Anyway, it was just a simpler time. Anyway, nevertheless, in my last series, The Cube, I had already done like a mega population map in the Cube series. And in this case, this map had this big trench running through it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just put the city in the trench. So no other reason than to make a really cool canyon city. I thought it would be really cool to put a city in the canyon instead of on top of the map, because, I mean, why not? So that's what makes it, yeah, the stash, right? So, yeah, I mean, no real reason to say that, you know what? I want to put my city in the canyon. So that's what I did. Hence, the series and the last series in this series, the last series, of course, is called Giga, and that was us building Canyon City. And, of course, this series is called TERRA, and we're going to transform it, but we're using the same map for Canyon City because it's already got all the cool stuff, and we want to play with all the terraforming stuff. And the amount of time that it would take to research a whole new map to get this amount of research done would be, you know, like 3-4 weeks of research, and no one wants to wait 3-4 weeks to see me do terraforming. You want to see that stuff today, people. Well, I mean, you want to see me start it today. It's not going to get done today. I mean, we're going to get started today. So, I mean, you know, we're doing a lot of prep work here. First of all, you got to take this out, and you got to put this in. All right. And yeah, see, this isn't going to catch this. So what's the series? I don't know. I don't know what it is, what the series will be. Giga, of course, was for the Giga map. Terra, of course, is for Terraform. The Cube series was all about the new spaceship. I also have what is called the Core series, where instead of squares, I actually make circle cities. Which actually is really hard to do on a square-based map, right? But it was actually really good. Terraforming. I own Planet Crafter, but I have not done it on the channel as a series, and I've only played it. I've only played it sporadically because, obviously, with so many games. I mean, I work a full-time job and stuff too, right? So, I mean, most of my time is usually spent, working. And then I come home and I'm either, streaming a game or I'm doing prep work in a game for streaming, right? Like all the research I did to get this done today before the stream started, right? So like this is like, 5 hours worth of research here. So before today's stream started, I did all that research offline. So, of course, because that's boring. No one wants to sit there for 5 hours watching a little meter go up while we're waiting for the research, right? Yeah, that's so. Yes, Planet Crafter, I own it. I have not done a series on it yet, and I just haven't had time to play it because I'm always tied up doing another game, doing some other game, because that's what I'm always doing. One day I might actually find time to do some other game of another game, but it won't be today, that's for sure. Okay, so we got that hooked in. That will get these last 2 lines filled up. I see they're almost done filling up. And then we got to fill these guys up. All right, so that's your 108 of these. Okay, so green science, dude. Oh, I thought you were doing prefixes. Kilo, mega, giga. No, I just make up the title as I go along. I have no real ambitions of type or anything like that. No, I just make the title up as I go along. That's it. Yep. Terraform, right? I mean, some things are pretty standard, like when I did the Giga series. Well, it was the new mega maps, as they called them, mega maps, or as I called them, Giga maps. Sometimes I make the story up as I go. It's all it is. All right, we got the electronics. We got the blue science packs. We got the sulfur. I guess I just got to slam these in here. 36. So we just need 1 row of these. Awesome. I can do a row of these. Let's do that. Do this. Boom. Okay. And now let's get this row in here. Now, I say a row of 36, but I'm actually going to need a little more than that because you got to put this next line of factories in, right, guys? What is... Okay, they don't want a meat factory. Can I put that in there and get this to work? I might be able to... Yes, I can. All right. Then we're going to do it this way so I can get my 36 in there without too much interruption. 36, guys. Labs, green labs, 36 of these things. Guess what? You haven't got any power. But I'll fix that in a minute, dude. So you can see here, right? Certain buildings get bonuses from other buildings. So obviously these green labs are going to get bonuses from the blue ones. Now, if I really wanted to be super smart about this, I would do a mix of green and blue so as we could get bonuses off of each other. But, I'm not getting into that. Don't get me wrong, I've done lots of combination bonuses to get bonuses from other buildings, and I'll show you an example of that here in a minute. But in this case, we want terraforming to happen, people. So we're going to push this forward. Yeah, this is happening. So what are you going to do with the power now, Max? Well, it turns out I'm going to put 1 there, and I'm going to put 1 there. I know. You guys are excited. You got to be really careful here, dude. Yep. You do realize you got to get roads down these, right? Yeah. Here I am quickly using them for power lines and when you shouldn't be. Well, they do make convenient power line roads. Okay. So what do you think I should do about that, Max? Well, listen, you're going to have to do something about it because you can't just keep running power lines up and down your road network. Yes, you could do this. All right, well, that might work. All right, just a second. Let's go have a look at this first disaster you made. So you went and you didn't leave yourself any space for power lines here. But really, you don't need a lot for power lines. You only had this one here, dude. And then you got the space right here. So you actually didn't need to run power lines here. Let's actually fix this now before it becomes a problem. Because I need this for the roads. Roads are important. So let's do that. Will it reach to the back like that? Yes, it will. Problem is that's not going to allow you to get all the things you want here, Max. Let me think about it. Because you need 108 carbon. 20 seconds. That does 8 seconds. So that's 16. Which means you need 56? No. 54. You need 54 of these. You got 36. All right, so let's figure that out first. 36, right? 12, 24, 36. Another 12 would be 48. And then you'd have 54. All right, so let's get another 12 in here. So there's our other 12. So that's 48. And then 6 would be 54, which would leave you only one short. All right, well, I'll make that work. We're not working on perfect ratios anyway, so I'm all right with that. Listen, you're going to move this road over here, dude. I know, that's really going to make it cranky. Okay, there you go. Now you can put a road in here. Can I? Sure. You say that, but I don't think that road's going to go in there as easy as you think it is. Okay. By the way, Mr. O, what is hidden under the word terraforming in this game? What is hidden under the word terraforming in this game? I don't know. What is hidden under the word terraforming in this game? What should happen? What I'm hoping, well, this desert should become green with grass and trees and things, right? We want all the things, including the really cool drones that fly around. Terraforming. I want all that. But we got to... So what we're doing here first is we're doing stage 1 of this, right? So stage 1 of this is filtering mesh factories. To get these mesh factories, we need green science and nanotubes and a bunch of steel. Man, that stinks. The amount of iron ore we need for this project is crazy. And then this is no better. I just want to point that out because this is a bunch of steel as well. So, okay, but this will get us at least 36 factories of these. Then those 36 factories produce 72 of those and things. No oceans involved and rivers in the canyon? No. Unlike Plan B, it's supposed to be, yeah, it's not supposed to be, there shouldn't be any water surprises. My poor city shouldn't get flooded out in this one. So what's going to happen is this should all terraform into green. Each of the plateaus will have a different look to them. So like we'll have like the grass up here will be different than the grass down here, or the foliage. Each of these different types of colors will have different types of foliage on them, which is what it should happen in the end. But yeah, there shouldn't be any major disaster with water in this canyon, because that would really upset me, dude. Dude, that would so bum me out. I mean, I would lose. Everybody would be dead. Well, that would be the end of the series really fast. Let's just put it that way. Gee whiz. Okay. Listen. Finish fixing this up, dude. Finish fixing this up. Sure. Roads. Here you go. Yeah, you can't have that there though. I'll tell you right now, you're not allowed to have that. Okay, can I have it on this side of the road then? Sure. I'll let you do that. So you can put that there, and then put that here, and then we'll put the power distribution network out here. Like that. It's a perfect spot for a river. You can't deny it. Well, no, you're right. I can't deny it. But I will argue against it because it would destroy my city. Gosh darn it. And they said it would be perfectly fine. They said my city would be fine. So they better not hurt my stuff. What did you just do there, Max? Well, you know, it was a mess. Listen, just... You connected this. Yeah, thank you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It would be great. It's going to be great. It would be great, but not great. It wouldn't be great for me. You know, I just do want I want to point that out. It would not be so great. I mean, yes, it would be great, but maybe not so great for me. All right. Listen, put this road in here, dude. Put this road in here. Let's get it on. All right, here we go. That's all in the hands of the devs. That's right, of the dev gods. Then it turns into Timberborn. Yeah, that's right, huh? Yeah, that's what happens after that. It all goes sideways after that. Yeah, because I mean, after that, all humans are gone. And then I don't know what species is on this planet to take over, whether it's beavers or some other creature. Then I guess it's all theirs after that. And then they get to learn how to make microchips and VR education TVs. It's all good all after that, right? Okay. So we got this, we got this. These guys are filling up now. We won't touch these guys yet because these guys are going to want all the things. So we fixed... Yes, we can fix this by running this power line out here. Okay, like this, and then run it up this way. Okay, excellent. This guy can do the same thing. Yes. And then he can click onto that. Now, what's this guy going to do? Well, it turns out there's a power node right over here, dude. Like, right there. That actually works out really convenient for us. Okay. So that's got the power all sorted away. So that's going to be the green science. We got green science done. You do got to bring in some sulfur here, though. Sulfur highway. Let's do that. Do this. We'll bring that out here. Down, 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 down. Okay. You can come down to here. Sure. All right. And then we'll bring that highway right down here to bypass all this crazy traffic. Right to here, and then cut it into there. So they can start asking for the sulfur now. Why not? They're not going to be asking for anything else because they won't be able to get the traffic in there. Meanwhile, you swap this to the wrong side. Look at this craziness. When you swap that to the other side, dude, you broke it. Well, I can see that. Yeah, did you ever break it? Do that. Okay. Do this. And you need to fix this and get rid of that. And get rid of that. So that will now fix all that. All right. I mean, we don't have a lot of traffic there because this luckily was mostly finished when I did that big swap. So, all right. Now, next factories needed are you guys. Hey, guys, what's up? Listen, I need a bunch of you guys. Now, these guys are self-contained factories, so we don't need to worry about these guys too much. Except that you gotta worry about it some. So let's get some roads. Get some road down for this. You better leave yourself a little space, Max, in case you need it. Sure. In fact, leave yourself a little space up there too, in case you need it. And you know you're gonna need it. Yep, I am. 3 lane saying it's a road would be great there. You think? Let's see. Let's start here. I'm nervous about how much I'm putting in here, right? In fact, you probably should start down here and then work backwards. Because I mean, I could make these little blocks. Like this is a self-contained block. I know this block inside and out. I've made this block many times. But it's a little... It's not that it's not efficient. It's just, it's a little over-efficient, right? It produces, like, it's producing way too much water, right? It's like it's just about right on balance with carbon for the amount of factories it's doing. I mean, I guess I could just make a bunch of these little squares. It's just... I was going to try and do this by line instead. It's just it makes me a little nervous if you do it by line, but it's not going to make it. Well, it's no better than doing that, Max. Because if you do that, then the problem is that you're going to need to make sure you have enough room to make more of those. True, but these are so easy to. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to do it this way. Go with the old tried and true method, people. Sometimes you got to go with the tried and true methods. All the things. Okay. You need to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to divide that into 4. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you need to cut that like this. I don't think I got enough room in here to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you got to cut this right here. Yep, come on. Yeah, so even though I'm doing this in like what I would have, like, even though I would do these as separate, I'm actually going to try and join them together, and hopefully it will work out for us. I don't know, dude. This is a really big gamble. Okay, well, listen, we can just do this. Here, we'll just do it this way. There's no need to gamble. Holy smokes, Mr. Dramatic. Okay, do this. Do that, do this. Kill this road. Boom, boom. You got 4 there. So 2, 4, 6 there. Okay, so that's 2 squares. Yeah, you're going to be able to fit these. Yeah, like you can fit 2 squares in here, and then like 3 here, and then 2 over here. And we just keep squeezing in squares until I get to what I need. How many do you need, Max? Well, if we're going to make 36 of these things, 36 of these things, that's 72. Except that it's not 72 because these things make it 9.6 seconds. That's a terrible ratio. That's a terrible ratio. These take 60 seconds. Great. So you're not making 36. How many are you making now? I don't know. You divide by 6. So you're only going to do 6? Is that a thing? Really? Or am I going to need a lot more of this? I mean, this is not exactly a small science build, and at the same time, that's only going to be 6 factories. 9.6 seconds to make 2 of those. Yeah, it takes 60 seconds. So just round this up to 10 seconds, right? So that's 1/6 of the thing, right? Because obviously, I'm only going to be able to build 6 of these factories. Now, okay, that's fine, but that means I only need, I need about 50, 60 of those factories, but that's not so bad. But the question is okay, you have 6 of these factories, so you're making 2 of these little solar sail things every, say, 10 seconds, right? Okay, but that means you can only make 3 of these factories because 3 of these factories use 4 of those solar sail jiggers. 6 2s is 12, 4 3s is 12. That's a terrible ratio. That stinks. All right, so this is an advanced mesh factory. All right, so you're going to get every 10 seconds, we get 3 factories, we'll get 2 of the advanced meshes. So you're going to get 6 advanced meshes every 9.6 seconds. Okay. You'll get 12 of these. You get 12 of these every 10 seconds, or you get 12, 24, 36, 48. You'll get 60 of those every 60 seconds. All right, well, this isn't sounding so bad now. All right, that's fine. So you're getting 60, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. You're getting 72 meshes every 60 seconds. You're going to use some of those here, but I know I need some meshes for something else. Yeah, I need meshes for this thing too. The dust particle filters. Is this thing not giving me... Do these things not have their circles? All right. For the dust particle filter... all right, there's the circle. So, I need 1 of these, and how long does that last? Only 9.6 seconds. Gee, that's terrible. That means the amount of green science you need. Holy smokes. That's a huge number. All right, well, I guess we're going to start small, and we may have to expand my science empire. We'll see how it goes, I guess. I guess, I mean, here I am thinking, oh yeah, like we're making all kinds of science, right? Okay. It would allow them to merge better. Oh, right. Yes, the crossroading. 3 lanes here. Yes. Actually, it doesn't really matter. All of this is just 2 lane. And in fact, I probably could have just done 2 single lanes for these ramps, but I just didn't. And as for some of the road I did earlier, I do try to keep an eye out for using some 3-lane roads. So, like, I think I've done some of that back here, right? Yeah, so, like, you know, you can see here where I do, like, 2 to 3 lanes, and I do some line switching and some stuff like that over here. It all depends if I'm in the mood for it. Sometimes you don't have to because there's just not enough traffic, and I'm overusing the roads I have. There is one scenario, though, where I've had really bad traffic problems on this map, and that is thanks to you guys. The industrial robots. I'm sure Average Dad's kicking around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was his idea. We'll see. So when we did industrial robots, obviously we wanted to use those industrial robots in several areas, which means we had to semi-connect these roads and some of the factories involved. When we did that, that kind of opened up the door for some of the raw resources to take different routes, and that did cause me some traffic issues. Now, I fixed all that before starting today's stream, but like I had to do several line management tools over here, for example. Where is my... Yeah, so like you'll notice here, I had to use like an extra lane here. I actually have a traffic light on a map. I know, I never use traffic lights, but I do have one. It's right here. So that's a thing. But I've had to do some lane management. I try not to get into too much lane management, but you know, because again, if it's getting that, if your traffic's starting to get that bad all the time, then chances are you've designed something wrong, right? Biff calls it lane mathematics. Oh, I know what Biff calls it, right? But that's the difference between this and City Skylines. City Skylines is about a city. It's about running a whole city, right? And that's why it's more in-depth in this game. This game, the road network's all just about mostly around resource hauling, right? Resource destination, which is basically the same as the industrial sector in City Skylines, right? Getting all the truck traffic from outside the map into your industrial zones, and then from the industrial zone to your commercial zone, and then getting out. Besides that, that's why this game isn't as intense as City Skylines, I find, right? Anyway, and it's lane management, right? Lane management is, I mean, I do a lot of that in my other series, right? So like in the Cube and the Core series, I do all kinds of lane management. You have to, right? You go there, you know. So I mean, I do all kinds of lane management in those series, but if you have to do too much lane management in this game, then you've already kind of faltered, because the lane, like, the result is the city collapses and then the whole thing is done anyway. And yes, that's what happens in City Skylines, but here it's so drastic and so immediate that when the city collapses, you're wiped out within like under 15 minutes, right? Whereas in City Skylines, yeah, the population drops, but it doesn't drop so drastically that you can't take time to fix it all, right? That's why if you find you have a lot of road management problems in this game, chances are you're already in a lot of big trouble. I'll tell you right now, a lot of big trouble. All right, so I got to get these factories done. Or I'd like to get this. I like to get this this first set of factories running today. So do things, Max. Okay, I'll do things. What's the first thing I want to do? Carbon. Cool. Oh, well, is it cool? Well, yeah, carbon is cool, right? I mean, I use it. I use it in my carbon comes in my pop. It's awesome. I like it. I like carbon. Carbon is good. Carbon is great. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that that point. Carbon is awesome. Yep. Nothing wrong with carbon. Okay, you got all the carbon factors, right? Yep. What's next? Well, let's put in the sand miners. So you need one up here. You need one up here. Why does that look too big? Because it is. You made it too big by 2. All right. That's why it looks goofy. All right. There we go. Yeah, it looks goofy because you made it too big. There you go. Do that. Do this. I know. We've got buildings on here now. You're going to get all cranky. There we go. Come on. There we go. That's better. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting to see a 4 square here, right? Heck yeah. Also, it's implemented here. And it is implemented here. One thing about here is that, like, unlike City Skylines, I think it has it built in now, but road lane management has always been built into this game, which is really nice. Because, you know, you didn't need a mod for it like you did for so long in City Skylines. This is built right into the game, right? So if I want to mix match these lanes all up, I can do that, and it's been in the game since day one. So it actually has been a really nice feature, and definitely has made things a lot easier. That's for sure. Listen, you got to put these miners in here, dude. So you need 2 big miners here. Then you need 2 little miners. Yeah, you need 1 there. Where's the other one going? Right. Well, you need 1 there. You need 1 there. You need 1 here. Okay. And then you need water pump. Now, I'm going to try and do this with 1 water pump and not 2. And the reason is because I think I'm going to need another sand miner to make up for the difference. And so I'm going to leave the other water pump out and see if this one will keep up. If it doesn't, then I'll have to, you know, modify things a little bit. What's going on here? Dude, that's a sulfur miner. Come on, get out of here with your sulfur mining. It's supposed to be sand, not sulfur. There we go. So now for the other crazy buildings. Nope, not that ones. These ones. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll see here as I'm placing these, they're getting a lot of bonuses from their surrounding buildings. That's kind of one of the best parts about this design. Like I said, I was being a little lazy with it when it came to the green science, but yeah, I mean, you know, you just kind of go with it. I used to actually play City Skylines a fair amount. You know, do lane traffic, all the things. You know, and I actually thought about actually having it on the channel once or twice, but again, there's already several City Skyline players out there. You know, and not to say as I don't enjoy City Skylines, but I enjoy, like, City Skylines for me, it's all about logistics, right? And City Skylines is more on the city side of things and less on the logistics side of things. This game here is kind of the balance of factory logistics versus city. I wouldn't, but if it was any more towards city, I probably wouldn't enjoy the game as much. I'm all about them factory or logistics in general, right? Like Transport Fever 2, the cities have nothing to do with that game. As long as you're delivering the resources to the city will grow on its own. It will do whatever you want, right? What I enjoy about Transport Fever 2 is the logistics, the puzzle solving of how to put a bunch of stuff together to get it to a city. That's what I enjoy, right? And that's what factory games do for me. It's all about the logistics, you know, making really cool stuff happen out of crazy lines and factories, right? You know, that's my thing, except for Icarus. I don't know what I get about that game. It's just weird. You got to have 1 or 2 games that are just weird in your life, and Icarus is one of them. Okay, so now you got to put a factory in the middle of this thing. Okay, do this. Rotate. Yep. Wrong button again. Good job, Max. You got to put that factory right there. And right there. Okay. Yeah, you're upside down, dude. Nope. Rotate. There we go. Then you need a power thing in the middle of this thing. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be tricky on this. How am I going to get power out of that? All right, so I'm going to leave that blank for water, and we'll see what happens. I guess we're going to take the power out of here, are we? Well, you got no choice. You got to get power in here somehow. All right. Come on, autosave. What are you doing? Thanks. I was going to say autosave. Don't give me a hard time. Yep. There we go. And you gotta drag that one down here. Do you really need this one? Not really. And I might take it out of there if I get desperate. So now you're gonna put a road network in for all these, right? Yep. Okay. All right, there we go. So let's get another couple of these in. How many of these am I gonna need? Well, now that we're doing math really badly now, what is the math for this? So 2, you know what? I'm not even going to count that. 2. So if we're going to put in 6 factories, because, you know, for the amount that we have coming in, 6 factories for every 6 seconds, blah, 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 all the things. Okay, so that's 2 times, so that's 12. 12 times 6 is 48. I need 48 every 60 seconds. Sounds about right. All right. You're going to make me 2 every 50 seconds. So I need 24 of these factories, or 4 of them. All right. I will do that. Okay. Okay, what is it, 8? Yes, 2, 4, 6, 8. Boom, done. All the things. Okay, yep, had my hand in a few games. A few games. Gee whiz. You know what, I say that with a somewhat negative tone, but I do not regret a single moment of any of the games I've played. You know, some people, you know, join a baseball team. Some people go to the movies. Some people do whatever it is they do on their time off, right? And I have played video games. So whether or not I was playing video games or some other activity, I mean, I was going to be doing some kind of activity, right? So yeah, I don't, you know, I shouldn't be taking my the answers sounding negativity at all, because I do not regret the many tens of thousands of hours of games that I've done, right? Well, yeah, not only that, but again, the games I play are very logistical, logic type games. So, you know, figuring out puzzles, seeing the path, right? You know, like in Transport Fever 2 the other day there, seeing how I did the crazy path to get that gas to work, but then pick up that brick on the side to bring it back, right? Like, and that becomes practical experience, like especially in coding and in computers and coding stuff. You know, part of coding is seeing the entire path through the system, right? I guess it's just the best way I can describe it, I guess. So, you know, like when I want to, you know, if you're trying to have a result happen through a bunch of if and or gates or whatever, you know, you got to be able to see through all the ands and the ors to get to the end result. So yeah, it all has practical for me, like in that kind of sense, I guess. So I have no regrets about all the if ands ors that I have played over the years, because if not, then I would be doing something else, I guess. Yep, it's all experience. You betcha. All right, so let's get some water in here. Boom, boom. And again, we're going to leave out the second water to see if we can make these things run on one water only. And if not, then I guess we'll have to shove it back in there because that's the thing. All right. You need to put that. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to put this in there, though. Now, you didn't leave the room for the buildings, you goof. Oh, darn it. Okay. Yep, just hold on a second. I'm going to fix this. Are ya? And how you going to do that? Well, turns out I got a little extra space kicking around. So, I got to do this. Just give me a second. Now, you realize you can't... You messed this up twice, Max. There's no saving you. All right, well, listen. I'm going to be able to fix it the first time. That's all that matters. Wow, I'm going to get some double cross bonuses. That's actually really good. So this has actually worked out better than expected. Nah. What do you think of me now? Well, there you go. All right, there we go. So what's that? 48? Yes. Okay. Put that in there. Then grab this. Leave 2 spaces. You betcha. Draw this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw this. Yeah, move that out of the way. There you go. Okay. Do that. 4. Draw a line for 4. There we go. And now we're going to put in a bunch of carbon because that's the thing we do. There's some carbon. Here's some more carbon. There's some carbon. We make a lot of soda pop here. Yep. We make a lot of soft drinks on this planet. Don't question us. All right. So, a couple of big miners there and there. A couple of small miners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do the do this crazy building. Nope. Flip. Flip. There we go. And again, where is blueprints and where are they so necessary? I know, right? I am pretty sure blueprints have got to be coming one day. I mean, it's got to happen. It's got to happen, right? Ever since, it was already basically a requirement. Now, now that mods are in the game, I'm surprised someone hasn't made a blueprint mod yet. But that being said, the game has like a smaller following, so I guess maybe, just someone with enough experience hasn't come along to do blueprints with it yet. But hopefully that will happen soon enough. Yes, put that there. Okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna stick that there. Stick that there. Stick that up here, and then bring that up here. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna get your 8 on that one, and then we're gonna hook that up with a road. In fact, if you're really crafty about this, Max, you can use this same road. So this little bend here, I should explain. This little bend was before laser beams, right? There was a rock here, and I had to go around it. So that's what this is. This is before laser beams. Okay, there. We fixed that road. But now that we have laser beams, people, we should see that in action. Laser beams, people. Laser beams. Listen, how are you guys doing? Well, it's coming along. We're up to 300 out of 2,000. I'm very surprised about the concrete. Like, I don't know why we're not getting as much concrete across the river. It's not the end of the world. It's not like that thing's going anywhere. Hey guys, listen, are you making... Like, these guys got lots of concrete. And this is the one thing that this game has always confused me on. It's like, listen, just ship it. Ship it already. Like, I don't know what it's waiting for. Like, is it like... like, it wants 1,000 concrete. There's probably 1,000 sitting there. Or it wants 10,000 concrete, I guess. Well, you know what? Ship it. Ship all of it. Like, I don't know what it's waiting for. It's just kind of sitting in there in factories waiting to come over. And it's like, yeah, well, ship it over here. Like, stick it into this crazy thing. I don't know if they got hidden timers on these buildings or what. It drives me crazy all the time. It's like, yeah, I build like a thing for 10,000 concrete, and then it's like, well, I'm going to ship 100 at a time. No, ship 10,000 at a time. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ugh. Yeah, you can tell that is probably the one minor frustration I have with the game. It's like, just ship me my stuff. Give me the things, you know? Okay, meanwhile, yep, do that. Do this. You guys are making, yes, make me the things, because you're, boy, oh boy, when we turn you guys on, let me tell you, it's going to get exciting. You're making your carbon. You haven't got sand. Why don't you have sand? I mean, well, I mean, okay, the rest of these guys have sand. These guys are gonna need a little time to build up anyway. Listen, how are you guys doing? Wow, you guys still haven't filled up. That's how crazy this is. Oh, I have had it on pause. All right, that's my bad. All right, so that's the, I think that's the amount of that. Now, how many of the things do I need? This is just going to make these crazy filters. I'm not even doing anything with these yet. Okay, yeah, like, these are making my meshes, and then these are my advanced meshes, and you need purple goo, and you're going to need a bunch of things. Like, you need, like, a whole bunch more of these factories, and you're going to hate making them. All right? Gee whiz. All for 6 mesh factories. Okay, so... 221. Now you need steel factories, dude. Oh, really? Yeah, like you do. Steel factories. All right. Can we put them in here? I think we could. Can we get away with that? Yes, because we never have built this third factory. If I need to, I can cut this out. I can run the steel in here. So let's do that. All right. So steel factories. Sure. Let's see. What kind of road you want to use for this? Well, that's fine. We can work with that. These are going to be a couple of wide. Yeah, but you're going to need your... I would like to leave myself some extra space just in case, right? So that's going to be... what are these? 3 wide? No, they're only 2 wide, right? Yeah, they're only 2 wide. So let's do that. But you know what? You should like, do it by 5 so as you have a place for power poles. Yeah, but I don't really need a split. I got a whole bunch of room for power poles. Yeah, but you know what? Play safe anyway. All right. Okay, there we go. And let go of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can drag this down. So that's going to be 3 rows of crazy crazy steel. So let's put the steel buildings in first. Yes. Yeah, let's put the steel buildings in here first. Steel. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's an awful lot of steel buildings. Not really. You just think it is. All right. Now, these are 16 seconds. So for every 6, you need 1.5. So why don't you put 8 in and then make it 2? All right. Okay. There you go. Water, water, water. Iron, iron, iron. Okay, so now's when you're going to put in the water. Okay. You know what? You should put in the carbon up here first. All right. I agree. Okay. 3, 2. Now, it does look like I'm leaving a lot of space between these, but if I need more steel, then I have the space to just expand, right? Without having to drag a lot of buildings around, that just gets tedious after a while. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. I know you guys haven't got power yet. I'm gonna fix that in just a minute, guys. You need the water now, dude. Okay. You know what else you didn't put in here? Yeah. You didn't put these in. Okay. Where do you want to put them in at? Well, do you want to put them on the outside? Something like this? All right. You didn't even leave enough room for them. That's because this crazy building's like 4 wide. Drives me crazy. Okay. Do this. Do that. Do this. Okay. Somewhere's around. Oh, thanks, autosave. I appreciate that. Somewhere's around here. Okay. And then somewhere's around there. Yes. I guess I can move that up 1. Yep, that's great. We'll put you right there. Put you right there. Of course, you're going to be just outside the zone there. So, anyway, it is what it is. I'll leave it for now. So now, water. Water. You need the water. There we go. Okay, so that now all we need is the iron and power, of course. Power shouldn't be that difficult. Well, I say that, but, you know, I tend to make things difficult on myself. Sure, do this. Okay, right to about there. Okay. This one, there's a few times I'm doing it old school. Yeah. I'm just running the lines down and letting the coverage of the power poles do it. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, I can't believe the power poles are actually going to work in this case, but they are. All right, there we go. So that's that. That's that. That's the steel. Okay. Now, so that means, but you still haven't got this filled up yet. You haven't even got the iron. You got to hook up iron for this. You got to hook up iron for that. Holy smokes, Max. You got a whole bunch of stuff to do here. Okay. I mean, these guys still haven't finished loading that up yet. And I'm about to bring on another 108 machines needing a bucket load of iron. I know. That's crazy talk. So we're going to do that. Meanwhile, these guys are looking for green chips, and they're still trying to load up with sulfur. These guys are short on, really, they're short on, you know what? Then maybe we should go do that. Why does that make me panic all of a sudden? Let's pause here for a second. I shouldn't see that. And the reason that worries me is because if these guys are pulling out so much copper that we're getting that kind of warning, what's going on here? Like, are you guys totally empty? Yeah, like you guys are totally empty. Like, and that's what worries me. What worries me is that we would be so totally empty around the map that my city will start to collapse because we've run out of resources. And that's not good. That would definitely be bad. Okay, so let's put in a whole bunch of extra stuff here, right? Do this. Yep, that's it. So we definitely got to go around. We got to put in a whole bunch of extra miners and things for copper and iron. I should also be working on sulfur too. I mean, I haven't put a lot of sulfur, a lot of sulfur thought. I haven't put a lot of thought into sulfur. Let's do that. Well, I mean, basically when Factorio came out with blueprinting became a standard in any factory game, right? I mean, it's just a thing. You know, like Satisfactory tried for the longest time to avoid it, but it got to a point where even they had to put blueprinting in the game, even though it's not as robust as the modded type versions. If you didn't put blueprinting into the base game, even if it's in a lower setting, It's just I mean, it's not a factory game. Like people are only like the first time you play through a factory game, you're going to be fine without blueprints because everything's a learning adventure, right? Like, you know, what's the ratios? What's the stuff, right? Like, how much of a thing do I need? But when you've done it 10 times in a row and now you're building for the size and the complexity and the stuff like that, you don't want to be like, it's like, okay, I know I need 72 of these, so just give me the 72 all at once. Like, I don't want to take 10 minutes to build out 72 of them. And that's the thing. Like, when it comes to larger factory logistics games, yeah, I mean, it's just a given. It's just a given now where you've got to have some sort of blueprinting system. And if you're not, then someone's been lying to you and saying, someone's been lying to you to say that you don't need that is not true. You definitely need that in a factory type game, right? So yeah, if we're fixing up all these factories, we got to fix up all the factories. So let's get that. Let's destroy him. Yeah, 1 for 10 is, I think, the better deal. And then we're going to put a road right in here somewhere. Yeah, I heard the click. I know, game. It's really hard. There you go. Look at that. Now you can lose your mind. How about that for sulfur? Let's keep getting more copper and iron on the bus. So this is going to be a bunch of iron. Oh, nice wrong button again. I know you like to hit R for rotate there, Max. But as much as you can keep hitting that R for rotate, it is never going to happen, dude. Never going to happen. All right, there you go. Do this. And do that one. And do this one. And then iron is lane 1. Like that. So it comes right out to here. There you go. Yes, you're going to need power. That is a thing. So we'll do that. And we'll do this. I know, there's no power in network 11 because I'm just putting it in. Gee whiz. Like, give me 2 minutes, would you? Okay. Okay. Rotate. I think I can get 3 rows in here if I'm really crafty. Okay. And then we'll do this row. Yes, you'll get 3 rows, but you gotta tuck that up, Buttercup. You gotta make that closer. Rotate. There you go. And now if you rotate this one going this way, you'll at least get some of them in. There you go. Look at you go. Right on. Do this. Yep. Yep. I don't know what it's floating in the air for, but whatever. So do that. I was pretty sure that's supposed to reset when you switch, but whatever. Yep, come down here, do that. All right, and we'll drag a power pole over to you. Okay. Where is your power? There it is. Okay. Works for me. Now, copper. We need all the copper in the things. This is nice. R key. Let me tell you. How far out can you get that? All right, let's do this. Okay, and then rotate. Nice double clicking there, big guy. All right, there we go. Let's get this in. Come on, do it. All right, you'll get it in there. Okay, and then rotate this one again. All right, not bad. I'll take it. I'll take that as a win. Let's get these in here. I see there's a road there. What's that road that I'm looking at? I think that's the Industrial Robots Road. It is. Wow. And this is a really crazy place to try and join this in. Yes. In fact, I'm going to try and join it in right here, just after this bridge. You'll see here we have lots of copper and iron traffic coming down here now. That's going to VR. A lot of that traffic is turning right and going into VR. What I don't want to happen is this going into VR, because I think VR is actually okay with that down there. We'll just add more copper and sulfur down there. I'd rather this be headed down that way because it's needed down there. Let's do that. And then we're going to have you come out here just a wee bit. Just a wee bit, dude. Just a wee bit. There you go. And then you got to go 1, 2. And then hook right onto there. There. Perfect. Now, let's get a little power on that sucker. Woo. Yep, do that. Here, we'll even do it the quick and dirty way. Oh, come on. Really? This rock is going to give me a hard time, is it? You realize I own a big laser for that, right? In fact, look at her. She's standing right there. She's saying, why don't you target that? I'm like, yeah. Boom. Target that. Max, do that. Okay. No, I didn't expect her to be there. Good job. Good job. Everybody's doing a great job at the laser factory. Okay. So... yeah, you need to put more on this dude. Okay. Yep, thanks. Listen, I already know I've hit it 9 times today, and I'm going to hit it 9 more times, so just put up with it. Okay, do that. Do this. Yep, do that. That, and I think we'll take this one and go this way, and then just click it onto that road right there. Done. Oh, listen, can you shoot that for me? Next in the queue? I'll come right back, okay? I'll be right back as soon as you shoot that rock. All right, let's go over here. These ones aren't so bad. Whoa! What? Yeah. See, look what's going on here. They're losing their minds. Listen, guys. Look, we're gonna help you out here a little bit. Lane traffic. Yep. Do this. Don't do that. In fact, we'll probably do a wider path of that. Let's actually do that, because that will help. Okay, it's time for 3-lane roads, people. It's time for upgrades. Replace road. 3-laners. Yeah, all the things. Boom. That will do for now. Okay, so... No. You get to do this little maneuver. And... I'll let that... That lane will never actually get used. Yes, but I will do this to that, and then make that happen like that. There we go. That makes it much prettier, and then they can kind of do this little mergy thing. Oh, come on, guys. You guys can figure this out a little faster than that. Look. Here, borrow the inside lane on that one, because that route's not being used nearly as much. There you go. That's better. Okay. That traffic problem's solved. But now you got this other traffic problem. Gee whiz. Okay, yep. Well, this is easy to solve, Max. You just solved it the last time. Here, you're going to solve it again. Watch. You're going to do this all the way up to there, and then you gotta replace that road too. Yep. There you go. Same deal. So yeah, that's actually all right. This is actually right. And then, sure. Am I going to say all 3 of you turn into that one lane? I don't know if that's a smart move, but we'll do it that way. because there probably isn't too much traffic coming down. Wait. What's going on here, guys? Listen. Yeah, listen. There's a lot of traffic coming out on this one road. Make that happen like that, dude. Yeah, everybody, let's go, everybody. No. Yeah. Stop trying to do that. All right, there you go. Gee whiz. Yeah, I realize that you're all trying to now get over into that other lane, but that's a thing. You know, it will be fine. Once this traffic clears up, it will be fine. It just needs an opportunity to clear up. Because, you know, it's intense here, people. It's very intense. So why aren't you guys using this other road? Whatever happened there? And is this a problem that I need to worry about? Thanks, autosave. Appreciate that. Okay. So why is everybody on one side of the road? Like, okay. Yeah, do this a little faster, dude. Because that's the way it works, Max. They're all coming out on one side of the road because that's the way you've got the road designed. Well, then let's do this way. Okay, do it like that, and then do it like this. There, that will force this guy to actually be on this side of the road, which will now use double lanes of that. All right, there we go. Give small 3-line segments there after joining. I'm not going to worry about it that much. No, I think the action. Well, the issue here is that they're not using this lane here, right? So, well, let's get out of the third lane stuff. All right. So the problem here is the 2-lane road. They weren't using both sides, and the reason they weren't using both sides is because all the miners were attached to the left side of this highway. I've now designed it so as half the miners will now use this side of the highway, and here they come. Look, see? Zoom. There they go. Look at these guys. These guys are like, you guys are all stuck in traffic. You're a bunch of bums. And now this actually works out better. And that will clear up after a couple minutes, so we won't have to worry about that. Now, there's all kind. I mean, I am not going to chase all this tailback around all day, because this will clear up. The problem is just the sheer amount of factory we're throwing on here, right? You can't throw on like 300 factories like this and not expect to have a probable headache. I'm just looking around to make sure we've got. I mean, I did do that iron down there. I'm not going to wear. I don't know why it's trying to send so much from that one spot down there, though. Like, there's plenty of iron and copper locations in other locations, right? It's like I could. I know what I've got to do here. I've got to send these guys. I got to split these guys off. These guys can only go in one direction, so I got to fix that. Listen. Nice little one-way roads. Yep, do this. And do this. Oh, of course there's got to be a power pole in my way. Come on, guys. Really? You just had to do that, did you? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Click that, click this. Yeah, 1, 2. There you go. Yeah, do that, do this, and click this, and drag this up here. All right, let's see if I can't move this power pole. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. You just killed half the. You just killed half the map, Max. It's fine. It's fine. See, I just put the. One power pole has 32,000 megawatts running through it, and you just killed 2/3 of the map. It's probably not good for you. It's probably not good for you, Max. Here, just put that on there, would you? Okay, 1, 2, and then stick that on there. All right. So let's see where all this is going to. Yeah, this is all just trying to get in here, and this was going to happen. You can't throw this amount of factory on all at once and not expect there to be a traffic jam. This was just going to happen. And so, I mean, that's the thing. Good thing I haven't thrown this into the mix yet. Because if I'm going to actually let these guys fill up a little bit. Because again, I knew this was going to be a problem. There was no way you could throw 108 blue science pack factories on and expect everything to go perfect, because that wasn't going to happen. You know, I just got to let them fill up and do their thing. Meanwhile, these guys are filling up. That's great. So that should be what they're doing. Yeah, so they're already at storing 30 and 36 and all the things. That's good to see. Now, let's actually focus on the 6 crazy factories that I've got to have for this thing. So, I mean, if I'm only going to be building 6 of these things, I might as well just use this same infrastructure here. We'll put in 4-lane road because it scares me now. All right. And click. There we go. And do this, do that. So I'm going to give each of these 2. Oh, look, and they actually get bonuses from the green science. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. I mean, I'm good with that. Yes. Oh, wow, that's very tingy. That's like super tingy. Like, the noise it makes is very noisy. Okay. So, 6 of you guys is very expensive. So that's going to be the green science packs. You'll get the nanotubes. You're going to get the steel. That's great. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then what are you going to do with those? Well, we got to put them into advanced stuff. Okay. You know, these advanced things. Right. But how many, what is it you make? You make 2 every 10 seconds. Each of these buildings makes 2 every 10 seconds for 12. You want 4 of these things. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So, at most, I can only put 2 of these buildings down, because if I put any more than 2 of these buildings down, it's too costly. It's way too much. Yeah, like way too much. In fact, these guys get bonuses from each other. So maybe I should be tucking these guys up a little bit. You know what? I think we're going to do that. If they're going to get bonuses from each other, then I'm going to do this. Okay, we'll do this over here. Take this one over here. We'll just bring this one closer to there and to there. All right, that's fine. Okay, you guys want purple goo. You're going to get your mesh from these guys. But that's only going to give me, like, how many of these, how many are you going to give me? Yeah, go back to this. So that's 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you're going to give me 24 double meshes. And then I have 2 factories where 24. Yeah, okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I have 4 meshes every 10 seconds that are free. And you're going to give me 4 double meshes. So I've got 4 meshes and 4 double meshes every 10 seconds. Okay, that's cool. All right. So what do we want to do with my 4 meshes and my 4 double meshes? Well, the first thing I can do is a dust particle filter. But it requires a single mesh every 10 seconds. That's terrible. That's terrible. Because I need... I'm going to need what? Let's see. Just for the city part, right? Forget the rest of the map. Just for the city part, I would need... I mean, these things only cover about a city, like a city block. Like, they don't do much more than that. So what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 6 more plants. So I need 20 of these things. That's not happening. Okay. Let's have a look at the next thing. Okay, well, all right. So fertilizer drone production. All right, I can probably whip that up pretty easy because that's just a bunch of fertilizer. I'm not too worried about that. Ground acidity regulator. Okay, well, at least the size of these are better. What am I getting coverage on? Say about 3? Yeah, say about 3 apiece. So I can get 4 of these in, right? Yeah, I can get 4 of these in, which means I'm going to need 12. So I'm going to need another whole I'm going to need at least 2 more of these factories. I don't know if there's enough resources on the map to do that. I mean, that's a lot of resources. I mean, you can see how much we're struggling just to fill this, right? Like, you know, like it's stuffed, right? It's pretty stuffy. Listen, you're going to have to, let's make this a 3 wide road for the time being. Do that. Replace road. Yep, do this, do that, do this. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate the first lane to iron and the second lane to copper. And then the third lane can switch between carbon and electronic circuits and science. All right, so let's go back up here so you can dedicate all these roads. Hey guys, what's up? Listen, I know you're all losing your minds. That's my bad. Listen, did you guys figure some of that out? Well, you figured some of it out, but not all of it. I can see this is a mess already. No, listen guys, look, I want you to do that. And then yes, I mean, I'll let you guys turn into that lane, but you're never gonna do that. So then, same deal is here. Yeah, you guys can go straight through, dude. Because you're all the same guys. You're just carbon. You're just carbon trucks. There we go. This is where you need good trains. Yeah, maybe. Except that the trains in this game aren't good enough for this. I'll tell you right now, they're not. They just would not deliver the amount that we need in the order we need them. Yeah, stop doing that, guys. No, you keep going through there. You're allowed to do that, but you're not allowed to do that. No, I don't want you doing that. I want you to do that. Okay. Yeah, I want these 2 lanes. And you know what? I got to fix all these lanes. And that's the problem. The problem is I got to fix all these lanes. So I want that there. Kill that. Do this. Do this. No crossing over there. Yep. No crossings. In fact, if I was allowing crossings, actually, what I would do is I would allow left turn crossings like this into there, and you go into there. Okay. Boy, this is getting more confusing by the second. Yeah, you're allowed to turn into there, and you're allowed to turn into there. Yes. Now, it looks bad, but there shouldn't be a lot of left-hand turns here, right? Like, carbon should not be a problem here. It's too bad I can't get carbon to come out on the outside of this stuff, but cross-traffic is just going to be a way of life here, people, so learn to live with it. Sometimes you just got to learn to live with it. Yeah, get rid of that. Do this. Do that. Yeah, the trains, and this is where in the last series we tried to put in a bunch of trains and then it all flopped, right? The city died. Let me try to explain what the issue is. So the big issue with this game that I'm surprised they still haven't been working on this yet. Now maybe they are and they just haven't said anything. But the big issue with this game and what the problem is in a large scale is the call ratio for a factory. All right, so this factory, you'll notice here it has production and then it has storage. Okay, so these values have not changed since the regular maps versus the giga maps. All right, but even in the regular maps, this was an issue. Now that's because the whole game is designed around this storage component. So what's happening is it says, okay, I can hold up to 40, okay? And you'll see here it says currently being delivered is 16, but what it doesn't tell you is where is those 16 coming from, all right? If those 16 are coming from way down there on the other far end of the map, all right, the problem with that is that the time that it takes to deliver those 16 to this factory is going to be more or less than the factory ever uses. So if it's getting all 16 from down there at that very far tip, well, and this factory in that same amount of time will use 22, well, this factory will sooner or later just plain run out. But it won't request enough to fill itself. And where the request is coming from is a problem, right? This game's always had that problem since day one, but it's really bad now on giga maps. And that's because these factories don't request enough resources. They just don't request enough. So in the last series, we looked at the drill and about how the gas wasn't coming up here fast enough, right? I have the ability to make over 500 gas a minute down in the canyon. Okay, this only needs 10 gas every 24 seconds, or 20 gas every, let's say 25 gas every 60 seconds. Okay, I have, well, I don't know how many it is. I know it's like 500 or something like that down there in that valley. So why was this always running out of gas? Because it will only request 40 of it. And until that 40 gets here, it won't request another 40. And that's the problem with their storage component here. It's the problem with all their buildings in this game, is that they don't have, they haven't gotten around this limitation of storage request. Now, I can understand what they're trying to do. The way they've designed their game is they've you know, instead of just free calling, right? Instead of just delivering, they're trying to put some cycle control on it. But the problem is that it's too short. And it's really bad on gigamaps because gigamaps are now 4 times the size of the regular maps that they had these buildings on. So now these buildings run short all the time, right? And then that's when you get these crazy calls like this where it will do crazy calls for materials and resources. So that is the problem with trains. The problem with trains is you're now adding another layer to the mix. So it's like, okay, you've got this train that can hold 400 materials. So why is it only carrying 36 materials all the time? Well, that's because the game itself doesn't understand. Okay, I'm running flat out. Yeah, they need a material distance multiplier or something to that effect. Or they also need to include transportation control where if they have a train that holds 400 things, just load it. Load the train, right? Like load it. And that's the problem, right? But again, and when this is where we talked about it in the last series, where we talked about dedicated storage, right? Like, and again, this comes back to the very start of this stream. I have a building that needs 10,000 concrete. I have in my internal storage 392,000 concrete. Why can't I use it? Why can't I not use it? Because that's not how storage works in this game. Storage in this game is kind of like a permanent holder. It's not a put in, put out storage. It's you can put it in, but that's it. You just put it in. And the only thing you're allowed to store is concrete and steel. You're not allowed to store anything else anyway. So yeah, they need some sort of storage component. They definitely need to change how requests are made for resources. The resource requesting components all need to be like either reworked or greatly increased because these buildings cannot make the requests enough, right? They just don't make enough requests, right? Listen, you didn't fix all these roads, Max. You didn't. Look, see? You didn't fix this one, and it's going to make a mess. Yeah, so don't do that. Listen, finish fixing the roads, then you can just let these guys have a party, and it will be fine, and everybody's okay. There you go. Put that like that. And then we're going to stick that out here like this. Okay, there. That will at least allow these guys to not lose their minds. And that should really help with the traffic. So now, the outside lane will be dedicated to copper. The middle lane is dedicated to iron. Why are you guys switching lanes here? Oh, because you messed up a line here, dude. My bad. That's my bad, guys. My bad. Listen, stop switching lanes. Stop switching lanes. Just keep going down. I hate it how it takes a few seconds. There they go. Yeah, all iron going straight down. Unfortunately, the copper do got to make a turn here. This is why I was wishing I should have actually put these roads on the other side. Yeah, you should have put these roads on the other side, Max. This would have worked out so much better. You know what? You should do that. You know that, right? Yup. All right. Hey. If we're going to make a mess, let's make a mess. Yep. Let's go. Okay. Do this. Do this. So what we're going to do is I'm switching this over now to have entry-exit lanes. The left side will only be for bringing resources in. This side will be all used for exits going out. All right. Okay. Now, to do that, this requires me to do a slight adjustment. Guess what, guys? You guys are going to be upset with me. That or cars have to drive as they do in England. Yes, or everybody now has to drive left-handed drive. It's choice A or choice B. Guess what, guys? You guys are about to lose your minds. I'm about to break a bunch of things here. Yep. But obviously this will be so much better in the end, because then from here on out, raw resources will just come in on the left, and we won't have to deal with any cross traffic. There we go. So you got to pull all these out there, Max, by one. Pull that out. Yeah. And of course, every single one of these I pull out, it has to recalculate. So this is going to be painful, but that's okay. This is something else they kind of need to look at. But if I had the choice between them fixing the resource problem and this problem, I wish they would fix the resource problem first, because that's the bigger problem. Basically, yes, this is a pain, right? Every time you adjust a road, you got to wait like 10, 12 seconds for it to re-register across the map that, hey, he's making a slight change here. Please don't blow everything up. I'm okay. You know, it's slightly painful. But that being said, you know, I would rather have the resource question fixed first, and then, you know, you don't have to do all this craziness, right? Yep. Come on, dude. There you go. Yep. Do. So so as soon as I get these all pulled out, you're really gonna love what I do with this. Yep. There you go. Come on, guys. Do it. Okay. Now, you got quite the mess going on here. Okay, so you're gonna have a hard time drawing that. Now, this is where we're gonna take a cheapy road. I just need to put in a node. Yep. Do this. I know you guys are gonna hate this. Yeah. Come on. Look. This is the cheapest concrete I can get. Yeah. 0.05 concrete. Look. Yeah. Thank you. Holy. You'd think I was pulling teeth with this, wouldn't you? Yeah. Put that in. Yeah. One whole concrete. There you go. I just need to create some road nodes. And this is the fastest way to do that. There we go. Yep. Put that in. Yeah, I know. You're game. You're struggling so hard. You're so hard on this. You're trying to make me change my mind about the resource component. I'm not doing it. I realize this is painful, but the resources in the game itself, in the factories, is more painful when it's all not working right. So you can keep giving me this road pain. You can keep giving me this road pain, but it's not going to matter. No, I'm not changing my mind. I'm not changing my mind, mister. I'll tell you right now. That's not happening. That's not happening. There you go. Okay, there. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we. Oh no, that click actually was from the last road. That actually isn't from this road. The game's still trying to catch up on what I'm trying to do. There you go. Come on, game. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. And then I get to torture myself going back up. Oh yeah, like yeah. This is just one direction. Then I got to torture myself going back in the other direction. You're gonna see that in a second. Come on, game. You can do it. Oh, there's the sound effect. I love how it does the sound effect like 12 seconds before it actually gets the road in. That's funny. You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to know where all the processing power is going at the moment, like what the CPU usage is versus what the versus what. And I mean, I have, the CPU I have is no low end CPU, right? I mean, yes, okay, it is a couple years old, but my i7 9700K is not a low end CPU, right? Okay, so we got the road nodes in. Good job. Now we get to do this again. Yep. Yeah, take that out. Now we got the road nodes in. This is where we now have to do this next switch. Okay, I now need to switch roads. I need this. I need replace road. Right there. Right there. Nope, wrong way. I need you to go the other way. There you go. Yep, that's the right way. So basically what I'm doing is I'm forcing the game to send all its finished stuff onto the other road. And I'm allowing this road... Ooh, wrong size there, dude. Wrong size. You got to do this size. In fact, we can actually do this now. So do that. Do that. You can actually do all this with this. It shouldn't use these two roads anyway, because that's iron and copper isn't going on those roads anyway. So this is where now we get to do this. Do this. Do that. Do this. Copper will never get down this far because copper isn't used down this far. So now, yep. Now lane 3 actually shouldn't actually have any traffic on it, but I will leave it there just in case it does. Yep. Do that. Do that. Yeah, I know you're really cranky because I blew up all your roads. So. Do this. Yeah, do that. Yeah, people want to see road nodes in action. Boy, you're getting some action here today, let me tell you. Okay, there we go. And just think, I got to build 3 more of these factories now. At least 3. 3 or 4. I mean, because I got to have enough of them crazy particle filter things to... I gotta have enough crazy particle filters to do a thing. That's crazy talk. That's just crazy talk, people. Okay, yes, I'm gonna let you do that. Look at the... Oh, yeah, whatever. Listen, I don't even know what you were trying to do there, but don't do it. I'm gonna do that, but... Alright, so that third lane shouldn't even get used anymore. What should happen is all this traffic should now come out here into this finishing lane, which I'm not even calling for it yet, right? So the finishing lane, the only thing that would be out here is carbon, right? So carbon's going to come out here down this road to get down here to these guys. No, to these guys. So they'll actually do that, and they'll be able to come in on this side, and that's fine. All right, there we go. So play that. It's going to have to clean this all up here for a second, but this should become a lot cleaner here really fast. Okay, so yeah, the rest of these carbon cars have got to go away, blah, blah, blah. Of course, all these cars are all stuck in the middle of the road because the road wasn't that wide, and then I moved it all over. Yeah, I know. You guys are going to have to fix this all out, dude. There you go. So you're playing crisscross here. Let's just make sure I didn't mess up all the roads. All right, that's fine. I really wish it wouldn't do that. Like, why are you guys doing that? You know what? I'm not even going to let these guys... I don't want these guys to use that third road. Oh, that's why. This one's broken. All right, there we go. Yep. Come on, autosave. There you go. Listen, I know. I didn't see that one broken, guys. My bad, my bad. Listen, he'll be all right. Did I break all of these or what? Yeah, no, let him turn in there. Don't let him turn there. What about this one? Okay, that one's fine. Okay, that's fine. We'll take out this turn here because we don't allow that anymore. That one's fine, and we'll take that out. And that's fine. We'll take that out. And that's, well, that's good enough for now. So, looks like traffic's moving a lot faster. Well, somewhat faster anyway. Really? Why would you be sneaking down that carbon road, Mr. Look at this guy. No. No, we're not even allowing this. Nope. You guys don't even need to go down the carbon roads, dude. I just put them in there to be nice, but I am not doing that. Nope. Yeah, and I don't know what the heck that was. Yeah, you guys don't even need to go down them carbon roads. That's baloney. Now, yes, the iron has to go down here, and these guys have to fill up, right? Because these guys are, like, these guys here were the ones that were suffering, right? So they're going to jam up for a minute, but that was very sneaky of you guys. I don't know where you guys thought you were going over here. So now you can see all of our traffic is now trying to use this other road. Where are you guys all going? Are you guys all trying to load into, like, green science? Oh, that's what it is, too. You guys are trying to load into green science. All right. Yeah, that's no surprise, because green science wasn't connected until I just connected it. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Maybe you shouldn't have connected it then. Well, it has to fill up anyway, so that's why everybody's losing their minds here all of a sudden. Because you connected green science to blue science, and blue science and green science need the green chips, and everybody's getting what they want now. All right, well, that was going to have to happen, dude. That was going to have to happen. Do you know what the cool part is, though? You're getting really close to making this thing. All right. So Maniac Biffa. No, I don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not that I couldn't do that, but it's not my style. I must admit, the live streaming style is more my style than the. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind making videos, and I mean that's how the channel got started, was videos. But I must admit, I do enjoy the live stream portion of the action now, and doing line stuff takes a lot of hours, right? Takes so many hours. That's why I actually do a lot of prep work for streams, right? So, like the over 5 hours it took to do the research for all of this terraforming today. Well, no one wants to sit like on a video format. You would never see that, right? No one would ever see the 5 hours it took to do the thing. You would just hear me talk about, hey, and here in about in about 30 seconds, you're going to see all the research done. And then 5 hours later, it's like, ta-da, look, all the research is done. But you can't do that on a live stream, right? Like, you can't just have people sitting around for 5 hours watching a bunch of little satellite dishes over here spin around on a top like these guys, right? Like, these guys are just sitting here. This is what we would do for 5 hours, right? We would just say, okay, well, woohoo, look at you guys go. Like, anyway, nevertheless, so when it comes to streams, you got to kind of have a different mindset game in play. right? Like about how it is you're going to run stuff. And this was what I wanted to do today. I wanted to build this factory from scratch today on stream. But it's also why I got all the science done, because that would be crazy stuff. And I knew this was going to be crazy to do. I just didn't know what the true ratio of craziness was. And yep, I pretty much have an idea now. It's pretty crazy. So, nevertheless, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just a little crazy. And at some point in time, I got to allow these guys to do all the things. I still haven't put the steel on here yet. Yeah, because these guys want iron ore too, right? Like they've got all their carbon and they've got all their water, but I got to hook them up with iron. And right now, iron is losing its mind. So if I go put iron on here, it's going to be crazy. So I'm going to let these guys catch up here a little bit. That's for sure. But anyway, we got the two buildings. We know what we're doing with the second buildings. In fact, let's see. We should actually work on neural processors. I mean, if I can't plug it all, if I can't plug these guys in today, I at least want to have the factories ready to, when these do come online, then these should come online right after. So we've got the neural networks ready for the first round. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually build, I will now actually build the required, what the heck are they called? I always forget the name of these. They're not the nanotube factories. They're, the neural processor factories. Okay, so neural processor factories. Yep. Well, you already have a screenshot of them. You should just be able to do this, Max. All right. Yeah, but the problem is that you need iron and copper for these things. Yep, you do. All right. You make that sound so easy, Max, and right now you're struggling with iron and copper. Yeah, I am. Is that a bad thing? Probably. Yes. All right. Where do you want to put them? Well, I'm going to put them right here. Sure. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, if that's the thing you're going to do, well, it is. It is the thing I'm going to do. Then we got to get it in here. So, if this is going to be, well, let's put in the lines for iron and copper. Let's do that. There's iron. There's copper. Yeah, because we're gonna have to squeeze it right through this thing here. Now, it's been a while since I've built one of these backwards. Okay, you'll be fine. So, building this backwards. Let's do it after the power wire so you don't make a mess. What is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what? Go 14 just to be safe. I don't know if I've got 14 on this side or not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Wow. I got 14, but just barely. All right. Well, I'll take just barely. I'll take just barely, people. You bet. That's a 3. That should be like that. This should be like this. Now, basically, neural processor factories are the same as nanotube factories with a top and a bottom on them. In fact, here's one right here. So this is a nanotube factory. This is a neural processor factory, and basically it just has some chips on top and the actual neural processors on the bottom. And then what we do is we stick this thing right in the center of it so as it can get the resources. Okay, so... Now you gotta stick them in. All right. Again, stare at your drawing there, Max. Right. This is where you need. No, you need to skip. You need to skip 3 here, or skip 2. You need to skip 3. Yep. And then you need to drag this down. Move this out here. Move this out here. drag this down. Yep. Drag that down. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be something like this. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Done. And then it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 across. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 across. That's the way it's supposed to work, Max. It's perfect, actually. Boom. Done. All right. Okay. So let's go stare at this for a second. How you guys doing? Well, they're filling up. I mean, they are getting filled. It's good to see that these guys are actually catching up too. That makes me happy. And the traffic has freed up a considerable amount. Listen, guys. Look, am I going to have to put traffic lights on you guys? Like, you know, let's say like 3 seconds, right? Everybody gets 3 seconds. 3 seconds. What's phase 0? Oh, phase 0 is like the what's phase 0? Oh, it skips phase 0 anyway because there's nobody there. Listen, you can make that 0 seconds. I'd rather get rid of phase 0 actually. Yeah, like do all the things, guys. Okay. Well, I mean, there's enough traffic on that road now. All right. All right. We just had to free some of this stuff up. Why is all the copper trying to come down this road? Like, really, guys? Are you? Oh, that is so sneaky. Why would you do that, copper? Why would you do that? That's so mean. That's really, copper? Is that what we're doing? So instead of copper just driving down here like these guys and then driving onto the road, they're like, no, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn onto this road, come over here, and then turn back onto this road. You know what, game? Sometimes you really frustrate me. You really do. Anyway, you know what? I'm just going to ignore that and keep building is what I'm doing. Let me go back to chat here. That or cars have to drive. Yeah. You're struggling with delivery, not supply. Yeah, right. Delivery at the moment is the issue, right? Delivery is definitely the issue. And this is why a lot of times I actually keep copper and iron on separate lines. So I'm actually doing that over here. That's actually what I'm doing over here. So you'll notice here I actually put in a dedicated iron and a dedicated copper line. I actually do that a lot. And the reason is that I find with big builds like this, it just jams up the road too badly. So like a lot of these factories, you'll notice that they all have dedicated copper and they all have their own dedicated roads. Only when it comes to the final mini factory do they combine together. But like, see here, I'm not trying to supply all these factories with a single iron copper road. They're all on dedicated roads, right? And that's just because it's easier to manage. So really what I should have done here is I shouldn't be doing this. This is bad, right? What I should be doing is I should have a dedicated copper road coming down here and a dedicated iron road, and I'll probably do that offline. I mean, I'll let this guy fill up now because it's doing a thing, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'll let these guys build out, like I'll put the dedicated iron road in. I'll probably put the dedicated copper down this side here, and then what I'll do is I'll use the center blank lanes as my feeder lanes to the next part of the factory, right? So the outsides will be my dedicated copper and iron because there's just going to be so much of it, and then the inside roads can be my my science / whatever it's going to be, right? But at the same time, I do want to finish off a few more factories here before we call it a day, right? Yeah, because I've been playing for like over like 10 minutes from now will be 3.5 hours, right? So I'm actually over on my time, and I am still in a major storm here, so I do have to keep an eye on the house and all the things, right? Yes, finish this up, Air Max. Do the stuff and the things. So this, yep, this is where you're going to do 1, 2. Well, why are you doing it that way? You could do it the other way. That's true. We'll put the drawing back up here that you had. All right, I will. Yes. Yeah, let's do that the other way, because you'll confuse yourself if you keep trying to do it that way. Yeah, we'll do it that way. That's a thing. And then you're going to do this, and that, and this, and that. Number 7 is going to go over there. Number 7 goes over there. Okay, then the miners go in. Large sand miner. Oh, thanks, autosave. I appreciate that. All the things. There we go. Okay, do that and this, and then you need the little sand miners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're trying to run this game, Max, while putting this stuff in, right? And that's causing a bunch of lag. But yeah, that's part of the challenge, dude. Okay. Listen, you got to put a road in. You forgot the road. You forgot this road. Yeah, so the game's going to lose its mind here while you try to put these 2 roads in. There we go. Do this. And even though I've done a max population map once already, and it's not that I wouldn't do it again, but this is the reason why I don't. The reason I don't, like, it's not that I wouldn't build another max population map again, but the reason is that the first time I did it, it was on video, right? And what people don't see that I did that on video is the very painful hours that it took to actually build the max city, right? Like, you know, every road you put in taking 8-10 seconds to put it down, right? And when you're doing a max city, you're putting in thousands of roads, right? So, you know, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're doing like a max city map. You know, you kind of have to plan ahead because I mean, there's just so much delay in placing roads and stuff once stuff gets in. So it's just one of those things. I would love to do another max city map, but I know that in doing so, it would probably kill the computer. It'll kill me or the computer. So, you know, I did the Cube series. I'm happy with the Cube series. If nothing else, watch the last episode of the Cube series to see a maxed out map, right? You want to see a map totally maxed out? Watch the very last episode of the Cube series. Oh yeah, like, I mean, the editing you had to, like, I mean, especially the last 2-3 episodes of that series, the amount of editing I had to do, right? The amount of editing, right? There's just no choice. You have no choice. Like, you could never record it. Like, yes, you could record small pieces of it in real time, but I mean, it just got to a point where you couldn't do anything else, right? It was that painful. Put the water in. So one water goes here, right? Yes, one water goes here. One water goes here. Why do I feel like... Oh, yeah, this is where the second water would come in. Okay, but we want to do this first. Yep. That goes there. And then this one goes there. I think it is. Yep, it is. And then we need this thing right there. And then we need these buildings here. I know there's no power in Network 11. I just put it in, dude. Give me a break. Like, give me a minute and I'll put the power in for it. All right. Holy smokes. There, you happy? Okay. So And of course all the machines start up. All right, grab me these. 1, 2. Okay, yep, keep going, dude. Okay, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now, these power lines are going to have to move because they're going to get in the way. So let's just do that now before they make me cry. All right, there we go. Now, yep, you need to do this. Yeah, yes, you do. But not there. No, you need to put them here. Do you put it on? Yes, you got to put that building in here. Where are you putting the miners at? I don't know. Because you used to stick them out on the ends, but you're not going to be able to do that on this end. Yeah, but we can kind of cheat and put it up here. All right, well, that's fine. It just seems like you're... Like, can I do that? Here, just go look at one. Yes, I can put 2 there. I can put 2 large miners there. These 2 out on the end. I don't know what I'll do with those. All right, well, we won't think about that too hard. All right. So do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Actually, that's in the wrong spot. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, and then 2, 2. All right. First, we'll fix this. No, wrong way. Go this way. Is that a duplicate? Yep, that's a duplicate. And then you got to put this building in. Boop. And this building, and then you got to put in a bunch of these. Okay, so this is what takes green chips and turns them into blue chips, obviously, and of course blue processing chips we use all over the place. Okay. And, of course, now you can see they're looking for sand, right? So that's a problem. Well, it's not a problem. I just got to get them in, I guess. So there's some sand. There's some sand. Now, this is where I just mentioned about sometimes I like to have a little extra sand. But I won't panic on it yet. We'll see if they are able to keep up with just the 2 sand miners. They may or may not. So we'll see how it goes. So you notice here, this produces 1 sand every 6 seconds. This factory needs 1 sand every 60 seconds. So 1 miner should be able to do 10 of those factories. I have 12 here, so 2 sand miners should do the trick. The trick is that, again, it comes back to that whole calling of distance, blah, 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 all that conversation that was really boring. So sometimes I like to put in 3, but we'll see what happens. All right. And now that means the last part is basically you just connecting this, these last parts in here, Max. Yes, it is. Okay. Do this. Now, I'm not even going to try to hook up the iron and the copper to these yet. What I'll do is I'll do that offline, so as when we have the next episode, these will be all up and running, right? Because that'll be the more exciting part anyway. Yep, somewhere's around there. All right, you can drag that over there, dude, and you can still keep it. There you go, look at that. So, we actually need a bunch more of those, but traffic is going to be the headache here. Ugh, gee, the chaos. Yeah, I'm going to separate those roads out. And I knew I should have done that. I was going to build this like I built my other factories, and I thought, you know what, we'll try a mega build and see what happens. And this is what happens when you do silly stuff like that. I always got lots of questions as to why I built my city the way I did. And this is why. It avoids problems like this, right? So what I'm going to do is offline, I will separate this sucker. Gosh darn it. I'll separate him out so as his iron and copper are all separated out. no problems, and then they can deliver down the center of these roads. But of course, me updating each of these roads is like 12 seconds, right? And I have to update like, what, 100 updates here? So that's crazy. That's crazy talk. But we are well underway. Yes, we're working. I mean, we'll have these definitely running on the next episode. That will definitely be running on the next episode. What else do we got here? Superconducting coil facility. That probably won't be running on the next episode. I'm thinking that's episode 3. Dust particle filters. So this will definitely be running on the next episode. But obviously, I need more than what I've got here because I need so many more. I can't believe the amount. That's crazy. I really got to look at the math at this again and just see why that number is just so crazy. Like, that's a lot of particle filters, dude. That's so many particle filters. But anyway, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? We're going to get down our first particle filters on the next episode. And our first drone hub. You know what? I'm going to try and build, I'm going to try and do this really quick right now. Okay. And I'm just going to put one in for fun, right? I mean, this isn't crazy or anything like that. Where's some sulfur? All right. So here's some sulfur. All right. Listen, guys, I need a little of this sulfur on a road. Yeah, do that for me. I need you, plant life. No, not you. No. Where is my plant life? Yes, I need you to please give me this. Yeah, give me a bunch of this. What is your how many do you make? 1 every 10 seconds. All right, well, that should be more than enough for what I want. So then I want to do this. Yeah, do this. And then I want you to do this. All right. I want to see this thing work before we end up the stream. So this thing supposedly has a drone that flies around. Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. I mean, this is going to be awesome. Do it, guys. Listen, that crazy factory over there, just ignore that. This is going to be the best. This is going to be the best right here of the whole stream. This is what we're making happen, people. This is what we're going to make happen. Gosh darn it. Yeah, bring me down a bunch of trucks. Give me a bunch of this crazy fertilizer and shove it into this. That's what I want you to do, guys. Even this guy isn't even going to work. That guy won't work because this factory isn't down far enough. Yeah, listen, do that right to there, dude. There, at least now all 5 factories can... Yeah, see? Yeah, take that fertilizer and shove it in there, dude. Yeah, shove it in there. I want to see you fly, dude. I better see this thing fly around. Yep. How many you got? You have 4. That's right, guys. Do it. So this one, as I mentioned earlier, well, probably about an hour ago, this is going to be the easiest one to set up. You just got to set up a bunch of fertilizer plants. You're good to go. And then, all the good things, right? 6. Yeah. Drive all the trucks in. Guys. Yeah. Yes. Dude, take off, dude. Yeah. Take off. What's wrong with you? Well, we'll fly around, do things. You can, fly around. Okay. No, he. What is it? A carnival ride? I wanted to see it fly around. Aw. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's fine if that's what it does, but I wanted to see it fly around. I mean, don't get me wrong. I must admit, there's a little bit of sadness in my face. I wanted to see Mr. Drone fly. I thought he was going to fly around. He's kind of like a carnival ride, right? Like, you get in, it's like when you get in and you just kind of go to the amusement park. It's like, yeah, we're all going on the drone ride. All right, that's the way it is, people. Hey, I didn't make the game. This is the way it is. Okay, so with that, we're going to have all the things. Now, we should actually have more. This is the only time this week for this because, again, the schedule is just too busy this week for all the things, right? But next week, this is actually on a couple of times next week, so we'll actually get to see more of it next week. That and the fact it will take me the whole week just to get through the lag to set up the things so as we can start seeing stuff happen. Of course, what do we got for the rest of the week? We have Mr. Prepper and Transport Fever 2 coming up for the rest of the week, where, of course, Mr. Prepper is going to find out what happened to all the happened to the farm and all the things. And then, of course, on Transport Fever 2, we're going to get into making the nitty-gritty passenger lines and hooking up, hopefully, the rest of the towns of all the resources of all the things. And, of course, that's plays out the whole rest of the week, and that will be that. This comes back early next week, and I might, you never know, I might try and squeeze an episode in somewhere, but I can never promise that, right? But I mean, you try what you can. It's the way it is in real life. In real life, you try and do what you can. But I will fix this mess. Gosh darn it! I love big factories. It's really too bad they're just not efficient at it. But I will make it efficient, people. It will be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So with that, this has been InfraSpace TERRA. Oh yeah, you know it. Yeah, I already did push the button. I was going to say, I can only see parts of my screen, right? Because all the screens are covered with all the things. Okay, so of course we got InfraSpace TERRA on the go. We're going to have stuff. My Carnival drone. We're going to have multiple. We'll have more Carnival drones. I must admit, I'm a little bummed out about that. I thought I was going to get to see a drone fly. But anyway, nevertheless, that's fine. Let's go stare at the city as we take the talk out. So I'm Max. This, of course, has been InfraSpace TERRA. And, of course, taking the Giga map that we did in the last series with the Canyon City, we're now going to terraform the planet. You betcha. We're going to terraform the planet, all the things, and we've started doing the big build for that. And yeah, I made a slight mess with the iron and copper, but that's not the first time I've made a mess. That's just part of the game, people. That's just part of the game. So we'll clean up the mess, and so on the next episode, we'll do all the things and actually fire these things up and get some of this stuff, hopefully start to turn green. That's kind of my goal, right? I want to start seeing stuff turn green on the next episode. So with that, thanks to recent subscribers as they are scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I hope that's kind of functional. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Of course, a big thanks to everybody in chat. So of course, Mr. O, Gregory, of course, I always appreciate the chat. Of course, Mouse, there you are. Mr. Socks, as always. There's Jacob. And, of course, Average Dad. It was really great to see Average Dad at the very start of the stream. Of course, he's a big InfraSpace liker. And, of course, it was good to see him do a big shout-out at the very start of the stream. Of course, all that, and of course I appreciate everybody that watches later on in whatever time zone you're in. With that, that's what we got coming up all this week. Some Transport Fever 2, some Mr. Prepper. We got this coming back. I'll fix this mess. It'll be all good. It'll be all good. I'm going to go off to eat and stare at all the crazy snowstorm I got going out here. Welcome to Canada, people. It's just the thing. And so I hope you all have a great evening, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.